Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
The National Weather Service has confirmed 2 tornadoes during last night's severe weather. Hello, I'm Steve Eager. Survey teams say an EF2 tornado touched down in Johnson County with wind speeds reaching up to 112 miles per hour. Most of the damage is in an area between Burleson and Cleburne, west of I-35W. More than 90 structures were damaged in Johnson County. Several families we spoke with reported they were without power for hours. Fox 4's Lynn Ann Wynn is in Alvarado tonight with more. Lynn Ann.
Hi, Steve. Well, the Red Cross has set up a reception center here at First Baptist Church of Alvarado to help residents in need. Meanwhile, the National Weather Service was through several parts of Johnson County today assessing the damage.
Within seconds, this hit, and it hit hard and it hit fast.
It was about 11 o'clock Monday night when Amber Zeleni's husband, Sean, went to the RV in the backyard to get their daughter, Brittany, to take shelter inside the house.
I got hit by something and fell over and it scratched me all up. And my dad got hit by the trailer and is now in the hospital.
The trailer was right back there and it literally picked up and rolled over him and rolled over.
Zeleni's husband laid injured on the ground, and the family says it took a while for first responders to arrive because downed power lines were blocking roads.
All of his ribs are broken. But he's alive. He's about to go into surgery.
In Venus,
oh, it could have been much worse.
Jeff Wilson is looking at about $35,000 worth of damage to his carport and shed.
I closed the front door and I came out this door and I watched these 2 pieces come sailing over into the trees. A little bit later it flopped over that way. I knew it was a rough one.
His family took cover in a bedroom as the storm picked up around them.
When the wind started blowing and the hail started hitting, the front screen door, I was standing behind it and I watched it curve in.
Scattered debris and snapped tree limbs were spotted around the Smith family's property.
I was just thinking about getting the kids into our laundry room, and we just started grabbing them and trying to get in there.
Like many others, the storms knocked out power for some time. Crews were out there this morning making repairs as quickly as possible.
None of us could see because the lights were out, and we were running into the walls, hitting each other.
And the National Weather Service says that those damage assessments are still ongoing. Meanwhile, the Red Cross will still be here at First Baptist Church in Alvarado off Highway 67 tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. here.
All praises to the Most High. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. This is your humble servant, Big Levi. And today is Friday, April the 8th, 2022, and it's currently 9:55 a.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. Now, beloved, have you noticed that every single time those tornadoes or those disasters hit, they always hit the church? They always hit the so-called Christians. Have you ever noticed or pay attention that the American Red Cross, or the so-called Red Cross, or FEMA, they are there. They are much more often in the news now. Something you used to hear those guys when there's a heavy disaster with like a Katrina, like they like to refer it. Have you seen now the churches are getting worse? Not only they are losing members, they are actually losing physical stuff. Not only spiritually the churches are destroyed, but physically the mighty one is tearing them apart. This again is not the work of the enemy. This is not the work of ARP or CERN. There's no such things like that. Stop repeating what the Gentiles are saying. There will be no rapture. There won't be your mark of the beast. You perverted everything that we have. None of this Christian garbage that you've been pushing on our people. You already came here. You, Gentiles, are the mark of the beast. Your culture, your way of life, your way of living, you yourself, your tradition, your ignorance is the mark of the beast. Your religion. That is why the Most High said, do not accept your way. You will accept ours, and you cannot come before the Great One without us. You think you can make things up, write things, and then say people die for your sin, and then you're not going to pay? It doesn't work like that. You must, and you are paying for the sins of your forefathers. You are, and you are paying for the sin of your ancestors. This is Esau's trouble. This is Psalm 83 punishment. This is the unrepented 2/3. Well, of course, they are expendable. This is their tribulation. There will be no Jacob's trouble. Be at peace. Meditate. Fast. Pray. Repent. Repeat. Go to a higher frequency. Stop arguing with Negroes. Stop making video response to Negroes and try to prove Gentiles this, Gentiles that. The Most High already give you the power. You see now they are copying you. You see now they are in your midst. You see how, is that thing even recorded? Because it seems to me that, yes, it is. You see how the Gentiles, the so-called heathens, are catching hell. You can see in this video here, let me see if I can, if they can, it should be around where the woman has those goats behind her. Okay, well, you're pretty much symbolic, okay? There's a bunch of goats in a cage, okay? Goats are symbolizing a heathen. Well, goats are not the sheep. We are the sheep, they are the goat, and they are in jail or in prison. That's like the spiritual meaning of that. But the physical meaning and also the mental meaning of this, so to speak, those people are the so-called the preppers. Those are the people that have animals in their houses and they have solar panels. They are preppers. They live off grid. They have those animals there, you know, just in case the grid go down. When the grid go down in the city, they will survive. They will have 6 months worth of food and they will survive because the Most High are going to bring the judgment for 6 months. And then during these 6 months, they will survive on their own because they got food and ammo and goods and meats and birds and the rabbits and all sort of things out there. That's how they're going to survive it. Now, bad boy, what you gonna do when the mighty one send a tornado against you? Bad boy, what you gonna do when the great one break all your ribs, slash your ear, and take a trailer and roll it on top of you? Of course, all those people named Christy Smith, all those names and stuff like that, they are here and we know what they mean and we're just going to keep on moving. Now, why did I take this video again? We already played it 2 days ago. We played it on the 6th. It happened on the 5th. We played it on the 6th. Today is the 8th. Because it keep on happening. And we told those people to listen, this thing is going to keep happening. It's not going to stop because it's part of the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. From 1619, 2019, the 400 is over. It took you it took you somewhere around 400 or 500 years to take our people down. In 1619, that's when the completion was down, when our people was completely broken down. There's nothing left for them to do. There are no king, no queens. And then you brought them all over the world. And then you massacre them for 400 years. 2019, right after that, the entire world locked up with the, you know what? And then your judgment is starting. You're not going to go anywhere. Now, over here, and I believe it's in Georgia, that was last night, the one in Georgia. Well, they had one on the 6th and they had one on the 7th. I think they have all 3 days they have tornadoes that went over there. So let's check for Georgia. Okay? Watch this. Those things are very powerful, brothers. Okay? All right? Deadly Georgia tornado tossed shed into the air. You see this? And they can easily, this thing can easily taking anything. You heard what she said. The tornado picked up the trailer and rolled it on top her husband. Rolled it on top him. And then literally almost kill him. Okay? This is the tornado that hit Georgia.
That is not good.
It's not good at all.
Not good. It's all over, fool. Look at that. Crazy.
It is. It is. It is because the mighty one is not playing. It's not playing. All right. And now, then again, like we said, all those people, they are seeing this. They are seeing there's a frequency. Let me let the video play. There's a frequency of tornadoes. There is like a high non-stop frequency of hail and stones. There's a high frequency of hurricanes and shootings. There's a high frequency of death. Look at this. Look at the portal. You can literally see the. You see this? Look at this. You can literally see the portal, man. Look at that. Okay. Look, you can literally see the circle right here. Yeah, and then I love when people shoot and you see this? You literally see the portal sucking up things. Look at this. Oh, praises, man, and glory. Yeah.
Holy
Okay.
shit, we are stuck at a truck stop because of this. We stopped looking at tornado forming.
There you
Oh
go.
God, please don't come this way. Please don't come this way.
That's a love truck stop.
See it? It's going by. The love's already lost power. We're in Georgia. I don't even know where.
There you go. They already lost power. And again, look at this, brothers. Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. You see, this is the base of the tornado. Now look at the bottom. You can see the portal right here. You know, the circle. Sucking up, man. Man, the mighty one is powerful. Who can do this? You think men, Bill Gates, or let me put this one. You think the so-called Bill Gates or the elite have time to do something like that? They control all the economy. They got all the money. You think they will build a weapon that can destroy their blessing? Or because they want to build, they want to bring a new world order? Hey, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. When we were into our cursing, you think those people will have do something to us to make us better and then so they can make us worse again? Nah. Yeah, I see. That is wicked. It is to you, but this is righteousness.
I have never in my life seen a tornado until now. Close and personal.
You're going to see. Let's see here to that fellow.
I have never in my life seen a tornado until now, like up close and personal.
Well, you're going to see them a lot more often. They're going to be very, very popular wherever you are.
Holy crap.
There you go. All right. This is no joke, man. This thing is real. And of course, people will trying to, send you, a little silly email, try to explain to you that, this thing is fake. Those people are paid actors, and it because the tornado did not hit a black community. So therefore it's fake. When it's hit us, something happened to us. It's all real. It's all real. But when it happened to them, it's fake.
Oh my God.
Look at this. Look at the sheer destruction, man. Okay? Look at this, man.
Where they at?
You're out?
Okay. Okay, good.
Okay, look at all this destruction, man.
Was anybody else in the area home?
You think those people are going to always build? Malachi said, the mighty one said, you build, I will throw down.
Watch out for nails above you, bro. Careful.
Are they okay? Because I don't know, we just got out the house.
Did this dude shirt say hustler? But anyway. So yeah. You see how the Mosai is destroying those people and sweeping them off the land, because this land, America, is part of the Holy Land. America, from north to south, America is our land. It belongs to us. Our ancestors' blood spilled on this land. Therefore, we pay for it. It belonged to us. You came in, we were already here. We were all over the world. We were in Africa. We were here in America. We were here in the Caribbean. We were in Australia. We were all over the world. You went all around the world destroying our people and scatter us. And now the mighty one is making you pay. This is what your ancestors did, and they are paying for it. And all of you will be destroyed. The one that will stay, you will serve slavery. It's not my word. It is what you did coming back unto you tenfold. All praises to the Most High. Let us keep on moving. Now, this I think this one is in this one in Georgia that happened the other day. Okay, that's in Leesburg, Georgia. I believe. Let me see if they have any update. Look at this, brethren. Let me see if I can enlarge that. Of course, people love. Look at this. Look at the base right here, and then look at the top.
Yeah, that's it, right? On Google Maps, it even says tornado warning. Look, that's where we're at.
You can hear the thunder, man. The thunder voices. You can hear it. You know, which is plague number 10 right here. There we go. Oops. Thunder voices and destroying earthquake. Thunder voices, of course, the weather, and then the voices, the literal thunder voices, and the tornadoes, the flooding. You can hear it. That thing is scary. You hear it?
On Google Maps, it even says tornado warning. Look, that's where we're at.
Man, that's how mighty our power is, man. Look like a giant chariot.
It's crazy, man.
It is crazy. And I despise when those people do this nonsense, man. That's why I don't do them in my video. You're just enjoying the video and there's some scum stuff happening here. Like a giant chariot, man.
We're actually watching it.
Okay, let's see if they have any update right here. Let's see. Climate change could cause wine shortage. Yeah, right. Fire weather warning. All system look good for first all civilian space. I believe that's the that's the update. Let me see what they have
Severe
here.
weather sweeping across the south. It's leaving a mess to clean up as survey crews go out to determine whether or not tornadoes were to blame for the damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well then what else? Listen, those people in multiple of those people videos, they really don't know what happened, brothers. They just say tornadoes, but sometimes they really have no idea how it happened and what did the damage, because the damage that happened is not consistent with the damage of tornadoes. Remember the one that happened in Kentucky, that tear up the Amazon warehouse, where they had a warehouse. They used to make a candle, and then it shredded the house. And when you look at the damage, it looks like a giant animal that have giant sharp claw, just like scratching. Remember, a sister had a dream where there was a white lion, digging the earth. Okay, that was before. Let me see if we can find it for the people that wondering where we get those things, because all those destructions, they were sent by our mighty one to his children through the brethren and the sistren. There's a white lion. Let me see if I can get the wisdom first. Oops. Oh. Nope. Yeah, it should be here. There you go. See, the land cannot be cleansed of the blood. There's. Go ahead, beloved. So the title of the video is "The land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it." Okay. When the sister saw the huge white lion, this dream was recorded. Boy, I don't know why I should have put the time. I should have put the time in there. How did I not put the time? I don't know why. Oh, man. Wow. This is crazy, but...
Okay. Last night before I went to sleep, I usually get together with my cousin.
Okay, that was in... let me look at... That was in January 8th, 2022 at 10:46. Is that what that is? January 8th. And then January 22nd or 24th, Russia invade Ukraine. Okay, let's see, listen to a little bit of this.
A lot, Sharon, and we're always praying for the nation and just asking for God's presence to always be upon his people and to help us be aware of what is going on in these last days, to use wisdom and discernment.
True.
And I went to sleep, and I can't remember all of the dream, but the most significant parts that I remember is that it was at nighttime, and I was going somewhere, and I was in this building, this huge building with some other people. I don't know where I was going. And I came outside of the building, and as I came out the door, I saw this huge white lion.
Okay.
And this is the second time I've dreamt about a lion, but this
huge white lion, of course, purification, the Lion of Judah, Leo Gonzalez, the battle cat, the battle lion. All those things, you know, for those of you that probably ask, okay, what does Leo Gonzalez have to do with this? I know the brother, but what is that has to do with Leo Gonzalez? Let me show you. There you go. Okay. All right, Leo Gonzalez, okay, the power of the Holy Great One, okay, Leo Gonzalez, you need to watch this video. The power of the Holy Great One is shaking Psalm 83. This is Esau's trouble, okay, that's what the sister saw, the lion, the battle lion.
Lion was huge, and he was like an albino lion.
A white lion.
And I was so afraid. As soon as I saw him,
it mean white mean innocence and purification, purify, cleanse, that's what it meant.
I got scared, and I turned around and I went right back into the building. But before I went into the building, this lion was digging in the dirt. He had huge paws, and he was digging in the dirt. And for some reason, I feel like that's significant. Like he was tilling the earth, and he was growling.
Yeah.
And he was just digging and digging in the earth. And then I went back inside, and I said to the people, we can't go back out there right now because there's a huge white lion outside. We can't go out there.
Yeah.
So we waited a while inside of this building. And then when I went back to the door, there's a door where there's a glass that you could look outside of the door. When I looked, this huge, massive lion was laying. He had his body laid out right at the door.
Protecting
just
the door.
Stretched out, laying on his stomach right at the door to where we could not even open the door. And I'm like, we can't go anywhere right now because now this lion is right at the door.
It protected them. It's cleaning the land, cleansing the land over there in Ukraine, Russia, which will definitely call all over the world World War III, which is already happening. January 6, 2021, when those Gentiles from 83 invaded the capital, and then they start beating the crap and killing the crap out of each other. That's when World War III truly begin. You know, people are waiting like for the nuclear war. Nah, you far from nuclear war. They are worse thing than nuclear war. Okay, they're going to start fighting a lot. The nuclear war will be the cherry on top. A lot more killing will happen. And then they will have this. That's why the lion come at the door. We can't go out. We can't go anything. We are in there. We are protected.
And then the dream ended just like that. And I don't know what the significance of that dream is, but this is the second time I've dreamt of this massive lion. The first time I dreamt of him, I was walking.
Anyway, so giant lion with giant claw. Okay, giant lion with giant claw, and digging the earth, tilling the earth, cleansing it. That means he's marking his territory, he's cleansing the land. Okay, that is the giant lion, the Leo Gonzalez, the battle cat. Oh, wait, hang on. Well, let me see. E-Man battle cat. Oh, no, that's not what.
Showing pictures that match.
E-Man, the battle lion. Wow. He-Man, the battle lion. There we go.
According to Wiki Grayskull fandom, Battle Lion was King Grayskull's faithful feline companion, a fighting armored lion, who he rode on into battle. He had a powerful sense of smell that allowed him to follow trails and pick up the enemy scents.
He possesses a powerful wall that will scare away enemy. You think those people have the ability or they have the mind to create something like that? A giant battle lion, aka Leo Gonzalez, battle cat. Okay, you think they have with E-Man? He-Man is like the ultimate fighter, you know, with the sword, the mighty sword. Well, they made him blonde and all that nonsense, but yeah. Okay, Leo Gonzalez, the battle cat, the battle lion, cleansing. So that's why when this woman said, they really they don't know if they want to blame the they want to blame the damage on the tornado, because sometimes they really don't know what causing the damage. Just like they don't know what caused that flood in what the county name, Beverly, is it Beverly County in Georgia, I believe, or Tennessee, Waverly, Tennessee, Waverly. They still don't know because they thought it was going to be the rain, and then we know what caused it because the guy say he heard a boom, and next thing you know, see water come out of the ground, and then the house was literally destroyed, and both of his kids died. Okay, now let's look at the house. Okay, see right there on the wall.
Whether or not tornado.
Okay, oops.
Go out to determine whether or not tornado.
Okay, you can see the Holy Cross, our symbols, which is now perverted, which is now the mark of the beast, because you Christians are the mark of the beast. Your religion or the mark of the beast. Your white Jesus is the beast himself. It's horrible, just realize that, but yes, it is. When you go to your church and whore yourself to him, that's what you're doing, you know? So anyways, this is Reverend Dr. Ralph Hawkins in the phone. Is that what that is? Okay.
We're to blame.
Wait, hang on. This is a church? Is that what that is? A house or a church? It looks like a church. Well, it looks like a house. Let's take it from the top.
Severe weather sweeping across the south. It's leaving a mess.
Okay, it is a church. It is a church. And again, like I said, you see that the Most High's pinpoint accuracy, you know, targeting the churches. All right. Whoops. Just like to get hot.
Survey crews go out to determine whether or not tornadoes were to blame for the damage. Fox Weather's Nicole Valdez is at a church in Macon, Georgia.
There you go. I should have, listened to all of it. It's a church. It's a church thing.
Was damaged in the storm. Good afternoon, Nicole. How is it looking out there right now?
A state of emergency.
Again, with the Holy Cross behind them, which is perverted now, the mark of the beast. You Christians are worshiping the beast. Okay, you're not worshiping the Most High at all. You know, you love raising idols above him. You do not worship God at all. You said you love God, you don't. You've done a lot, and then you're paying for this, and you're not going to be raptured. This is the truth.
Now in effect for the state of Georgia, as many are waking up to scenes that look a lot like this. You'll notice I am surrounded by pieces of roofing, wood, metal, everything that stood above me here. The roof of the Northminster Presbyterian Church in Macon, Georgia, essentially in pieces after Tuesday's storms sent an 8,000-pound steeple launching onto the roof of this place, and you'll see here the power is still out, so we're having to use
so the steeple, of course, let me see, take the image of the steeple. This is just a refreshing memory. Church steeple. There you go.
According to Wikipedia.
You know, I had a real issue. I did not know excuse me. I forgot the name of those things. It took me a while for the name to come back, which is steeple now. I believe the top is spire, lantern, and belfry. And then the whole thing in the tower is at the bottom. Those things they not just put them like this, brethren. Those are antennas. Okay, those are antennas. So they can suck the energy from the ley line and suck the energy in you and send it to the ley lines so the demons will feed on it. When you enter a church, when you are inside of a church, let's see, cathedral steeple. There you go. That's better. When you enter a giant church like this, and which has 3 giant antenna, and you have hundreds of people in them, when those people are praying or having their spiritual orgy, and the amount of energy that is being concentrated in there, and those 3 antennas sucking the energy and send it to the demons, and that's where they used to function. Those are not, steeples are not just things they just put on top of church to look at their church and stuff like that. They are antennas, and they suck up the energy, and then they can take the energy out. That's why when the Most High attacked, he always destroy the steeple and cut off the antenna and cut off their power, so they can't do that anymore. Have you ever seen that the steeple of the church always destroyed? The Most High always got them first. Okay? Because they are antennas. All those churches on top of ley line. Is that thing even recording right now? Is it? Yes, it is. All right, let's go with this church. Listen to what the woman said.
Pieces after Tuesday's storms sent an 8,000-pound steeple launching onto the roof of this place, and you'll see here the power is still out. So we're having to use
8,000
flashlights.
pounds. Of course, no beginning. Crush it, cut it. No more sucking up our energy anymore.
To give you a better view of the extent of the destruction inside, but you'll notice insulation, glass even, all over the floor here. Now, this is a reality for so many across the state of Georgia who were impacted heavily by 2 straight days of these storms. You'll notice here a gaping hole that is now left, and insulation scattered across a pool of water as the steeple of this church now sits in the parking lot outside.
Ooh, show it to us. Show it. Show us the steeple. Yeah, the Most High cut off their way of sucking of communication and suck up our energy and feed it to the demons. That's why we told our people, do not go inside of those churches and pray to those entities. There is nothing wrong with the church. A church is just it's a physical place. It's a physical building. There is nothing wrong with it. But it's what they use it for.
Here. And of course, a lot of work left to be done, a lot of questions to have answered as to whether they can even welcome church members back into this building.
They shouldn't. But hey, the money, of course.
For service on Palm Sunday. But the view from above makes you question whether that will be possible. You'll notice the steeple now sits in the parking lot.
Please show it.
Covered with blue tarps at the moment as we await further damage assessments and an answer from the pastor, who now has a lot of pressure on him to decide whether it's safe enough to move forward with church services. But a miraculous view inside the sanctuary of this church, unscathed despite the damage that sits just inches away.
The steeple, that's what matter. The steeple, as long as you cut off their way of navigation, their way of sucking things, all those nonsense over there, they are useless anyway, because they cut off they unplug you. That's like taking an engine out of the car and the car's still beautiful. He ain't gonna go nowhere. There's nothing you can do with this damn car. The engine is out, or the engine blew up. So what you gonna do? Buy another engine or buy another car,
We know there were 2 people inside this church the night those storms ripped through. They're doing okay. They got out of that office I was just in minutes before that roof collapsed, came crashing down here. So a lot to be grateful for those who were inside and who really called this church home, a place of worship, a place of gathering. But we know there is so much left to be done across the state of Georgia. Governor Brian Kemp already visiting communities that were damaged. We know, unfortunately, of the one woman who lost her life in these storms. So a day of mourning, but also a day to rally together.
They did not show the steeple, man. I don't know why. You know, when we were watching Fox Weather the other day, or well, the other month, they barely had 3,000 followers. If you watch our video, now they got 14 because the weather is picking up. Let me see what's going on here. What else that they have? Destructive tornado in Alabama. Tornado causes I-75. Large funnel cloud. Driver captured twin tornado. Multi-rain. Okay, they really don't have okay. All right, I think oh crap! Let's watch this. Let's watch this. They say something
our
here.
First preview of how busy the 2022 hurricane season is now out. The team at the Colorado State University put out its forecast yesterday, and here's our hurricane specialist Brian Norcross with Dr. Phil Klotzbach to talk about the forecast and the factors that went into making it.
The Colorado State team's first forecast of 2022 paints a similar picture to what we saw last year, but with slight changes. After crunching the data, they're forecasting 19 named storms, 9 hurricanes, with 4 of those hurricanes reaching Category 3 or above. That's going to be just a little bit less than last year if you look at the numbers in terms of the named storms, but a couple more in terms of the hurricanes. But Dr. Phil Klotzbach of Colorado State is at the National Tropical Weather Conference in South Padre, Texas, and he's here to talk about it. Phil, thanks for joining us.
Okay, we really don't want to hear what those people are saying, but anyway, they predicted above average hurricane season in 2022. So we'll see. Hurricane season begin in June, right? Is that what that is? That's Pensacola, Florida. Let me see if I'm when does the hurricane season begin in Florida? Oh, the South. Come on. When is the hurricane season in Florida?
According to NBC6 South Florida, the hurricane season begins June 1st and ends November 30th.
So
an average hurricane season generally produces 14 named storms and 7 hurricanes.
Okay, so 14 named storm. That's an average, but this one 19. Okay, 19. It's like 5 more. Okay, average is 14. And then in 2021 they had 21 storm. Okay, they say 2022. I'm not quite sure. Is it 9 for 2022? What the hell is this? 2022 hurricane season. Oh, that's the average from 1991 to 2020. So what they predict now is above average. Okay, CSU predicts above average hurricane season in 2022. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Now, again, beloved, what seems to be the issue? Why is it the weather is so active? Why is it that the Gentiles are not so confident? Is that thing even recording right now? Is it recording? Yes, it is. Why is it that you don't see the confidence in the Gentiles' faces anymore? Why is it that every time you watch the news, it is them being in sorrow and distress? Why is it that around the world there is sorrow and war and no peace? That is because the Mighty One says so. Genesis 15 verse 14, he will judge them because of what they did in Genesis 15 verse 13. Let us read. All right, there we go. Genesis 15 verse 13. Hey, let me try to read it on this voice right there. And he said unto Abraham, No, surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. I, the Lord, spoke this. Selah. So be. All right. That's me doing scumbag stuff. Anyway, so in Genesis 15, verse 13 and 16, 19, 2019, you people had your blessing, you do everything and stuff. And now you are finding out after 2019, things are getting a lot more worse for you. You cannot enjoy things the way you used to pre-2019. You know, this plague came in for till now. I don't talk about the plague because if you do, I already have a warning in my YouTube account. So if I said anything regarding the plague, they will just cancel my oh boy, let me see. Let me see if I can get it right quick. Like right now. Okay. Channel violation, community guide, you know. That was in December 23rd, 2021, and it's gonna stay forever. Okay, they remove. I didn't even publish the video. Your content was removed due to violation to our community guidelines because it's the first time your account isn't affected. You're only warned once, and this warning will remain on your channel forever. So, and then you try to appeal it. You know, they said no. Okay, what they did, they say if this happen again, your channel will be on a community guideline strike. You won't be able to do things like upload posts or live streams for 1 week. Okay, for 1 week. All right, that's what they do. And then it happened the second time, 2 weeks. The third time, they eliminate your channel. For what? Because I made a video, I mentioned the plague in it, and they say, well, you were giving information. So technically they say, well, don't talk about it, therefore the people won't know. No, Hish won't happen, everything is good, everything is all right. So nah, China is literally done. All over Europe, this thing is still going on. Over here too, Alaska, you know, you just, people don't talk about it, you know. And then you acting like that stuff over there in Ukraine is staged. You're acting like it's fake. You know, they're trying to, I don't know. You are eliminating a bunch of your own people to distract us from what? I don't know. Let me see, to see how bad the economy is. I mean, for some odd reason, you guys are not living in this country or not participating in this economy at all. So I will do my best to distract you by killing millions of my own and stuff. Nah, the judgment is upon you. This is the work of the Mighty One. This thing is not staged. It is real. We give the Most High great praises and glory for what he's doing. Now, the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham, what you just witnessed was plague number 10, thunder voices. The word thunder voices, one, literally mean the loud boom, the boom tube, the portals open up, and it mean the weather, okay? The weather, the Mighty One literally control the weather. Listen to me. For those of you that are new here, never, ever listen to anyone that tells you the one that created the heaven and the earth and everything in him needs men to create a technology to control the weather, and he will control the weather through men. This doesn't make any sense. The Most High, or power, Almighty, do not need another man to pleasure his wife for him. It doesn't work like that. The weather is, quote unquote, well, metaphorically speaking, the Most High's wife. He doesn't need any men or another outside man that he created say, hey, pleasure her for me. It doesn't work like that. The Most High did not create the weather Okay, and then he created men and then let men come up with a device to control the weather, and then he will control the weather through the Gentiles. No, that's false. That's Gentiles stroking their own ego. We call it ego. The so-called heathens have no such power. The so-called Bill Gates have no power at all. Bill Gates is the poorest guy walking on this earth. He has no money. He never had any. He has no money. He has no money at all. What you're calling Bill Gates is not one of those super alien Nephilim lizard guy that is so powerful and so smart. No, he's a coward. He's a blamana. It's like a blamana. There is a nigger, okay? There is a nigger. And below a nigger is his hish, is his fecal matter. And below this fecal matter is the blamana. That's what Bill Gates is. The wash 2/3 you can find, Bill Gates is below this 2/3 fecal matter. This guy, he has no power. He doesn't know anything. He's an actor. He's like to act like he's super smart. He can wipe out Africa. He can do none of those things. People was giving this dude credit because, oh, he's going to black the sun. Oh, really? All those massive amount of CMEs that are coming. Why didn't he black them? We receive a massive amount of energy and communication. Did you know every night particles are coming out of the sky and fell? We are receiving all those things. His job was supposed to stop it. He was supposed to black the sun. What happened with China now? What seems to be the issue? What seems to be the issue with China and their artificial sun? We told our people there is no such thing as an artificial sun. You have a giant flashlight. That's what it was. You cannot create another sun. Your giant flashlight stay for 14 minutes and that's it for you. What they are preparing for, brothers, they are preparing for the darkness. That the darkness they know that's coming. It's one of the plague. They know that. They know this thing is going to happen and they know there is nothing they can do against it. Men do not have the power to control the weather. The so-called elite do not have the power to open portal. If they could have opened portal, they would not have been here. They would have been long gone. They cannot go to the moon. They cannot go to Mars because if they could, they would have left a long time ago. They would have not waited until Hesh hit the fan because Hesh already hit the fan. And then they're like, oh, Hesh hit the fan. Quickly, get into those rocket, those super spaceship and stuff. Let's leave. Nah, they would have leave like 10 years ago, colonize Mars. And then when they felt like things are about to get there in 2-3 years, they would have left. They are still here. They're stuck here. If the elites could have go to Mars or open portal and go anywhere that they feel, they would have not built bunkers. If the so-called elites were able to open portal and go anywhere in their universe, they would have not stocking up on food. If the so-called elite would have been ruling and do everything, they would have not stacking up on gold and money and bitcoins. That is, they know this destruction is coming and the only thing they can do is hide. The only thing they can do is trying to flee. And fear not, the Sulanuf is in the midst. The angels is here. The mighty one is here. There's nothing those people can do. Bill Gates is a powerless man. Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, those guys are stupid. I'm talking about like the genuinely stupid. They don't know anything. Stop giving them credit. The elite have no power whatsoever. Take Bill Gates, put him in the hood with any regular 2/3. With a female 2/3. Put Bill Gates in the hood with one of those backwarded 2/3 black women. Put him in the ring with him. Just take that wig off of her and take those jewelry off her hand and then release her onto Bill Gates. You see what will happen to him. Those guys are not draconis, dragon, half, whatever the hell they're trying to make themselves feel like. They have no power. Those are a bunch of blamana. They strike deal with other entities, aka infernal spirits, aka demons that lie unto them and tell them they will inherit and control the earth. They have perverted every single thing that we have. They have perverted Freemasonry. They have perverted the church. They have perverted every single thing. The Buddhism, Islam. They perverted every single thing that we have, which was righteousness, which was holy in the face of the Most High Almighty. They perverted the so-called the black consciousness movement, or that thing is all over. Those guys have no power. That is why they are suffering. That is why the war over there in Ukraine, because our people were in Ukraine. That is why you see all those things are happening, because there is a cleansing going around the earth. This is Esau's trouble. There will be no Jacob's trouble. There will be no rapture. You are going to stay here, and then you're going to lie down and keep those cheeks open, and you're going to take it. All praises to the Most High. Let us keep on moving. Now, we're done with the weather. Let's go ahead and do another thing now. Oh, let's see. There's an arrow right here. Bring this video. There we go.
In the sand, a hammerhead shark came ashore there.
It happened on Pompano Beach, and local 10 News reporter Syra Anwar has reaction from witnesses.
We know this hammerhead shark washed up here on Pompano Beach sometime over the late night hours. Early morning beachgoers experiencing a mix of emotions from wonderment to heartbreak.
Wow, there's a shark on the beach. I've never seen that before.
A shock to Pompano beachgoers this morning. A large hammerhead shark
That's a
washed
baby
up
shark.
on the sand. Beach residents telling us earlier this morning the shark was even closer to the shoreline.
They brought in a bobcat and moved it out of the water because they didn't want it to go back into the water.
This 11-foot female hammerhead shark washed up here on Pompano Beach. You can see her here now. There are scientists from the American Shark Conservancy on site right now. They plan to collect samples from her and study her before moving her up the beach.
It potentially has to do with post-release mortality, which means
This is all garbage. And I despise when those people can just come over there and say, we don't know what's going on. We will do tests and then we will let you know. Or it might be post-related mortality, some bull like a mortal. And we will see what it is. Let's see. Let's hear the Gentiles out, and then we will tell you what a hammerhead is.
means that this species in particular gets a little stressed out when it's caught. It fights really hard.
Scientist Hannah Med tells us what may have led to the untimely death of the nearly adult hammerhead, the frazzled shark swimming onto shore late last night after an encounter with fishermen.
There is some fishing line still in her gills, and from earlier pictures there was a large hook on the side of her mouth, which indicates she was probably involved in fishing.
Okay.
Nearby construction crews using equipment to move the shark away from beach crowds before scientists collect more samples, and she's removed and buried. What do you think when you see the shark?
I'm like, oh my gosh, there's literally a shark sitting on the beach that washed up.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, I haven't.
Some staring in excitement at the rare sight, others realizing the heartbreaking reality of what happened here.
You never want to see an animal this big laying on the beach. This thing's 11 foot long and over 500 pounds. And it's a female, so it's always sad when a female passes.
And I did ask the scientists what's going to happen to the shark. They said they're going to collect some more samples and she'll soon be buried. That is the very latest from Pompano Beach. Syra Anwar, local.
Okay, this thing shouldn't be buried. It should be feeding to pigs. That's how you have the mighty pig. He release 3, 4, 5 pigs on the shark, and that's it. They will just eat it and then leave it on the beach, or throw it back in the sea. The crabs, the shrimp will eat it. That's what it is. Well, you buried it too, okay? Well, the maggots and stuff like that will self-decompose and stuff like that. Okay, what seems to be the issue? Let's see what's happening. There is a shark. Of course, we know this is a warning. The Most High doesn't do things like that by random, okay? Plague number 7, wild beasts will be their grave. Now let's see if there is any spiritual meaning for hammerhead shark. Spiritual meanings for hammerhead shark.
According to World Birds, the hammerhead shark meaning is of a protector of people, especially swimmers and fishermen, from the great white shark.
So, now, again, I am not making this up. The spiritual meaning of hammerhead shark is protector of people. And who's the protector of the people of Yasharala? Tell me, who is the protector of Israel? Well, not that fake thing over there in the Middle East. Let's go to Daniel 1 and Daniel 12 and 1. Okay, who is the protector? Okay, Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble. This is not our trouble. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation. This thing that you are seeing right now, this trouble that is starting right now, is the last one. That's like the trouble that would end all trouble. Compare this trouble to Jacob's trouble that we went through, that would be nothing. Jacob's trouble wouldn't be nothing against the trouble. The Most High punish us, yes, but the Most High going to punish. He's punishing the heathen, that he will reduce them into powder dust. Such as never was since there was a nation. Even mean like, even to that same time. Okay, even in the same time. Okay, and at that time, in the same time, this horrible trouble was going on around the world upon those heathens. And this time, at that time, thy people shall be delivered. It isn't, we are in this time. This is what the Christian are calling the rapture, which is ours. You ain't gonna be raptured, man. After all that you've done, you're going to get raptured. Is that what that is? Do I have a beat here? I believe I have a beat here. Is that what that is? I think I had a beat here. Let me see. Yeah. The no rapture. April's Fools. No rapture. You ain't going nowhere. No Jacob's trouble. No rapture. Yeah. You ain't going nowhere. No rapture. April's Fool. No rapture. You ain't going nowhere. You going to stay, amen. You will not be raptured. The Messiah is upon you. His mighty judgment is against you. Daniel 12 and 1. A hammer shock, a hammer head shock is the protector of the people. To you, it's just a regular shock. But to us, it is the protector of the people. Michael is in the midst. Now, whenever they talk about hammer shock, they're talking about Michael's enemies, especially swimmers and fishermen. The protector of the fishermen, the Most High won't change us from fisher to hunter. Michael is in the midst. The hammerhead shark, is he here? Hey, you ain't gonna go nowhere. You ain't gonna go nowhere, man. There's not gonna be no rapture for you, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. You ain't gonna go nowhere, rapture. Where you going, Negro, man? Hey, man, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, during this great trouble those people are gonna go through, thy people shall be delivered. Everyone that shall be found, listen, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Now, you know there are certain people out there, they hate this word, book. They hate it. To them, they already have that book. They know the name, their name first, their camp, or their people first, and then the book. Ask me if my name is in the book, I don't know. And I don't think so. And I don't care about that. That's not my issue here. I worry about if my name is in the book or not. That's not my issue. The mighty one decide. My issue is to obey and do his will. That's all. I'm not after no reward. I'm after pleasing the mighty one. If you want to reward me, so be it. If not, all praises to the Most High. Okay, so now we know the hammerhead was a message unto us, telling us that we are protected. It's a form of protection for the fishermen, the fishers. We are going from fisher to hunter, hunter to fisher. We are the fishermen. You are not. We are the swimmers. You guys are not. You are the people that boarded that beautiful luxury, gigantic, ginormous ship. And the side of the ship, it is, let me see. What happened in April 12, 1914? Is that what that is?
According to Wikipedia, April 12, 1914, the first General Council for the Assemblies of God was created through partnerships with several American Pentecostal organizations in Hot Springs, Arkansas, following a general meeting of around 300 preachers and laymen.
Okay. When was the Titanic sunk?
The sinking of the RMS Titanic start date is April 14th, 1912.
Okay, now I mistake it for 1914. April 3rd. Okay, right. Yeah, well, anyway, you guys boarded this boat, this beautiful boat, which was, we didn't hit an iceberg. We didn't hit an iceberg. The Titanic, you guys already struck the iceberg though. The boat is, we are swimming to shore. You know, and then we're already on shore. We find a little piece, our people, we find a little piece of woods. We drifted to a little island. There's coconuts. There are clean beasts. We build a little small community, and then we're always waiting for our rescue. While you guys hit an iceberg like thousands of miles away from us in the North Pole, and then some of you will be saved on the little boat, and most of you will perish. Okay? And guess what? In that Titanic, there's one guy there with you. What's his name again? Let me see if I can get the name of this fellow, which they Swagger Jack the movie Titanic from. All right, this is where James Cameron and all those people Swagger Jack this story. Joseph Le Mercier La Roche. Ah boy. Joseph Le Mercier La Roche. Oh boy. The Haitian guy and Titanic.
According to Wikipedia, Joseph Philippe Le Mercier La Roche was a Haitian engineer. He was one of only 3 passengers of known African ancestry on the ill-fated voyage of RMS Titanic.
Okay, so this engineer, this Haitian, well, of course they're going to put what they call this again, you know, African in there. He was the only 3 Hebrew, him and his wife. They say his wife was a white woman. He was just a light-skinned sister. He was him, his wife, and his daughters and his children. And we told the story about how the Titanic got messed up, okay? He was the cousin of President... Oh boy, let's see what president was this. Boy. He was one of the super rich fellow. Okay, Le Mercier was Philippe Le Mercier La Roche. He was the cousin of which president was that again? Man, I'm really all right. Oh yes, Cincinnatus Leconte. Okay, this is Leconte. Leconte was the president of Haiti from president of Haiti in August 15, 1911 until August the 8th, 1912 when he was died. He was the great-grandson of Jean-Jacques Dessalines, the emperor, a leader of Haitian revolution. Jean-Jacques Dessalines is not a leader. He was an emperor. Okay? And then his correct name is Jacques Premier. That's how you refer to him, the emperor. Okay, emperor of Haiti. Haiti was an empire. The Lion of Judah. Okay, this is the Haitian flag. Had the Lion of Judah. He had the menorah. He had all the tribe of the 12 tribes. All of them was here. They are lying to you and tell you he was a leader. You know, this is the armory. Okay, this is the armory, the Haitian armory. Okay, all right. So the Lions of Judah with the crown here. This is the Worcester. The Worcester is the symbol of Michael. Okay, the fighting Worcester. All right, a symbol of the Archangel Michael, Daniel 12:1. All of those things come from straight from the Bible. This is from the book of Kings. I forgot. I need to do a lesson on this. So which mean liberté ou la mort mean freedom or death, or liberty or death. Okay, so that he was an emperor, not a leader. You know, put some respect on the man's name. Okay. Okay, those are the emperors. This is Emperor Faustin Soulouque first, Jean-Jacques first. This is the king. Okay, King Christophe and King Henry II and Faustin. Let me see, Faustin too. No. He was like one of those fellow in Laguna, one of those guy. But we had like 2 emperor and 1 king, or 2 kings, if I'm not remember. King Christophe, which like the wealth that this dude have. We have a book here. Let me see if we can put the book. Okay, this is a king right here. We had a kingdom, we had an empire, we had a kingdom, and when we had the kingdom. When this dude had the kingdom, what you're calling England, Europe, they were all for us. And they know that. The scepter that you see in his hand, this is not a cane, it's a scepter. The scepter is still there. Did you know that people are waiting? Remember we were talking about like they are waiting on one of you to come and claim the scepter? I can claim it because I have no idea how to do this. But one of you will go over there. The prophecy said you will claim the scepter. Okay, they have our scepter. They have all our stuff over there. I'm not making this up. This is what it is said, okay? One of you will go over there. I don't know who it is. Of course, he has to be a Judite. Will go over there and claim the scepter because the Levites, they have everything related for everything you could possibly ever known. So they will wait to anointed a Levite will anoint the king, and the king will rule over the Atlantis Atlantis will pop up in the 4th part here in the Caribbean and all over America. Will connect it all over the world, and this Judite, whoever this Thursday person is, will rule because they say the prophecy say the person who is born in Thursday, he is born under Jupiter, and the person he's a Judite, so to speak. The person have kingly characteristic. He will come, and then when he come, he will have a sword in his hand. Something will happen. This guy will have a sword in his hand, and then he will come and claim the scepter that those people have over there, probably in Denmark. I'll get the lesson. But anyway, this is me just talking Hish. Okay, this is the emperor. Let's see. Cincinnatus Leconte was one of the president of Haiti, which was the cousin or the uncle. I think he was the uncle of Philippe Le Mercier La Roche, and he was the guy that was having the romantic things with his wife. And then they had the Titanic, the movie, they swagger jack his story. They never mentioned that in the movie Titanic. You didn't see no black person here. He was he was the richest man on the Titanic. Oh, let me see if I can get the book for you. We are talking about King Christophe and the wealth and stuff like that. Let me see. There you go. All right. We have this book over here. It's in French. This book is like how much is it? $500. $500 or $600. Okay. Le Trésor de la Citadelle La Ferrière, French edition, which literally translate as the treasure of la Citadelle La Ferrière. No. Boy. The Haitian Citadel. There you go. That's better.
According to Wikipedia, the Citadelle La Ferrière, or Citadelle Henri Christophe, or simply the Citadel, is a large early 19th century fortress situated on the Bonnet de l'Évêque mountaintop in Nord, Haiti.
Okay, you see this thing right here? Till this day, none of the so-called Haitian or engineer can tell you how this thing was built. They don't know how it was built. And it is not what you think it is. Okay? Look at the way it's shaped. See what you're looking at right now? Look what did it look like to you? People think this is one of the Haitian fortresses, okay, where King Christophe was ruling the entire, quote unquote, world. This thing has so much wealth in it. There are so much things in there. And it is not, this is just, well, for lack of a better term, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, it's on top of something, and then it's shaped like something. It's way on top of a mountain. Okay, all right. This is the Citadel. If you have time, you want to go ahead and visit there. You know, we might take a trip to go visit there. We don't know. You know, I was thinking about this. If we could have go visit there to show you the mighty one, like when our people used to rule. Okay, the book name is. Excuse me. The Treasure of the citadel. Okay, this is King Henry Christophe right here, and then you can see this monkey, which is a guardian. Okay, Margaret, is that Margaret Papillon? Let me see. Margaret, excuse me. Huh. Whoops. Papillon, which means butterfly. All right. Here we go. Oops. She's the one that wrote the book. Okay. This woman right here. She wrote the book, The Treasure of Henry Christophe. Okay. Where's the book? Books. Oops. Boy, where is it? Here we go. Le Trésor de la Citadelle La Ferrière. You can see the king standing over there, and then this room is made entirely in gold. You see a treasure chest loaded with gold, and there's a monkey with a giant bling bling around his neck. This is a guardian, okay, guarding this. It is said like the citadel is nothing but treasure. Well, the citadel is a fortress, and when you have a fortress, brethren, okay, it's guarding something. The citadel fortress. There you go. Huh? You didn't say anything? All right. La Ferrière mean the iron. Okay. Oh boy. Where is it? Here's this one. This is a fortress. Okay. This has like the inside. There are over how many? Let me see. Boy. Sorry, brethren. It's just I'm all over. How many doors does the Haitian citadel has? No, not doors. No. How many doors does the Haitian citadel has? Well, I believe I should have said doors. How many doors? They really don't know. There are over 366 doors, 365 doors, something like that. One of each doors can only open a day. There are certain doors that are, there are certain doors, if you go in there, you cannot open it. And they are not open like that. If you get lost inside of the citadel, some people are lost in there, they are lost forever. You can never find them. Okay, this is another book that she wrote, La Légende de Quisqueya, which is Quisqueya mean the Haitians, so this is our people. This is Queen Anacaona, Legend of Quisqueya. Okay, this is how people used to dress. Margaret Papillon, you know, she wrote a lot of stuff anyway. So that's me doing stuff and going all the way from this freaking shark to Pompano, Hammer Head. I don't know how I got there. You know, I like to rumble and stuff like that. You know, if you can get this book, it's in it's in French though. Le Trésor de la Citadelle La Ferrière. We got the Grand Grimoire, the Spanish Inquisition from 1478 and stuff like that. Souvenir, Valérien Lourdin, the Nebuchadnezzar II tablet, 100 Years of Lynching, Saint Germain on Alchemy, Druidism, the Testament of Solomon, Behold a Pale Horse, Géographie Générale et Région de la République d'Haïti, the Third Magical Book, and the Nag Hammadi, and the Book of Lamech of Cain, Woman Empire, the Empire of the Edomites, Alva Nunez, Cabeza de Vaca, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, Apocalypse of Baruch and the Assumptions of Moses, the Gospel of Philip, the Memoir of Conquistador Bernal Diaz del Castillo, The Richest Man in Babylon. This is the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, that Ricky Freeway Ross, the lesson that we made on him. This is the book that he read. He didn't know how to read though. The Most High made him read this book. An angel taught him. Of course, this is what we say here. The Richest Man in Babylon. If you can get this, go ahead and get that. Anyway, beloved, let us move in. Now you know the shark is here because it's a form of protection. The fisher, the swimmers were protected while those people are being amazed. Let us move into the next video. Man, how long it take me to make this explanation a long time. Anyway, let us keep on moving, brethren.
Now at 5 o'clock, a deadly confrontation at a takeout restaurant in the Frankfurt neighborhood of the city. Tonight, we have new video of the moment the encounter between two men turns fatal. Wednesday night, Shari and Rick are off. I'm Gray Hall.
And I'm Christy Aletto. The big story on Action News is the deadly ordeal that has a neighborhood shaken up.
Yeah, Action News reporter Walter Perez live at police headquarters with the investigation and that piece of video of that incident that you will only see here on Action News. Walter.
That's right, Gray and Christy. Witnesses tell us some police officers were nearby at the time, and so the suspect was arrested a short time after the incident. But for the people who witnessed the whole thing, they say there's no way of describing the feeling of watching another human being lose his life.
Terrified is not the word.
That is the voice of a witness who asked not to be identified, describing what she saw on Monday night. Action News given exclusive access to surveillance video from inside the takeout restaurant in Frankfurt, where a 34-year-old man was shot and killed on Monday night. The witness says it started with two customers getting into an argument.
Guy pulls a gun, heard the first shot. I went and grabbed another car, peeked up over the window, saw the second shot.
The alleged gunman has since been identified as 30-year-old Jamel Taylor. The witness says it was after the second shot when the gunman became enraged.
The guy starts literally stomping on his head and then bends down and yells at him, "You're glad I shouldn't, you should be glad I didn't shoot you again."
We spoke with people who knew the 34-year-old victim who say he was a quiet man who was always polite with his neighbors.
He did no drugs, no alcohol, nothing like that. Okay.
There you go.
All he did is
There you go. Anytime something like this happen, they will put a Negro there. You know, they will just put a Negro there, clown on all people with his shirt, you know, with his cowboy. Well, I don't know. Why would what is this? This dude literally have a mask, say cowboy, and then he has signed that he is a cowboy, and then all those marketing things and show you like, yo, yeah, those are the people, you know, black on black crime. That's all. That's another way to say it.
Polite with his neighbors.
He did no drugs, no alcohol.
Okay, and then they will have a dude like this and talking like it's always. Anytime they are referring to our people, he has to be drugs. If it wasn't drug and alcohol, that's good for him. Well, he was not on drug and alcohol, but it's still good for him. Okay, that's how they're comparing us with drugs and alcohol.
Nothing like that. Okay, all right. And all he did is just drink his energy drinks and stay to himself.
All as people from this part of Frankfurt say they're becoming increasingly concerned about their safety.
There's a lot of gangbanging up here. It's really getting really bad up here, man. Really is.
Everyone's getting killed left and right. It's crazy.
That is hey man, that is the truth, man. William, you know who's in the midst. William Ciliberti. Hey man, people are getting killed left and right. You know, and of course we know who's in the midst, who caused this. You know, a lot of skin folks. They're not no king folk. You know, they just look like you, but they are not you. You know, William is in the midst, man. You know who is in the midst? William, the hammerhead, Daniel 12:1. You know, always there. That's what it is.
So, you know, except, you know, people are going out of control.
Yeah, it's true. Which is plague number 8 right there. Plague number 9. Execution by the sword. All right, and then there's a lot of execution by the sword, man. The two guys get into an argument, somebody being disrespectful, somebody push another brother got a gun on him. Hey, I gotta kill you, man. You push me, I have a gun. The other day, a family member came into the house, I believe yesterday, and then this family member come with her husband, and they had an argument. And she was arguing with another person relating to a friend of hers. And she told the other person, if you ever come to my friend's house, I'm going to take my husband's gun and kill you. You know, 2/3. I'm going to take my husband's gun and kill you. And the husband sit there like, are you out of your effing mind? If you ever touch my gun, or if you take my gun, I'm going to call the police on you and have you taken to jail, and you spend a lot. I would testify against you. And then the argument started. And then I was there. I keep quiet and stuff like that. And of course, everybody was against her when she said, they say, well, why would that you're going to take your husband's gun and go shoot somebody for your friend that they had an argument? You don't know what they were saying, what they were doing. You have no idea. Excuse me. Yet you want to go ahead and take your husband's gun, a gun that he has in a place in a safe box. You want to take it and go shoot and kill somebody because they want to jump your friend. And they got on her, and then she was very quiet. She didn't say anything. But hey, of course, that's what happened when you have 2 turds in your family. Let's keep on going.
Cause for concern after 3 shootings on LA freeways over the past day.
Ed Lasco's live for us in Paramount, where authorities and drivers are on alert after this latest incident. Ed.
And all of that has left LA freeways reeling after 3 separate shootings, all on the freeways, that have left 1 man dead, several others hurting, including a young child. That is the California Highway Patrol now works to see if all of this is tied to one lone freeway shooter.
Now, for those of you who remembered, this never stopped. It's been going on for a while. We did tell the people the energy of the earth switch. The ley line is causing those people of killing and shooting people because the highways, all the highways and the major roads, they are built on top of ley lines. So the reason why you see there's a spike on shooting people is because there are spirit release out there, and there's a judgment. The mighty one is touching and judging this place. I would say almost a year ago. Let me see, when was that? In California, this happened in freeway San Francisco. Not quite sure, but it's in California in 24 hours. 3 freeway shooting. Let me see. Freeway shooting, boy die in California. That happened. That was in June. Hayden Leos. Okay, I didn't even know this dude name was Leos. Okay, this is the guy. Okay, this is the dude and his girlfriend that shot and killed. I mean, look at the guy, man. I mean, look at the guy's face. I mean, look at those 2 people. The moment you see this dude, you like, all praises to the Most High, man. This dude is a straight up demon. He's a straight up demon. He killed the little boy. The little boy was with the mom and said, "Mommy, my belly is hurt." And then that's when he shot the boy. He shot at the car with a machine gun because there was an argument. I don't know. Somebody cut him off, and then he ended up shooting the kid, man. That's the little boy. He shot the car, and then the bullet pierced the boy, for the 6-year-old boy from the back and pierced his belly. And then all the mother heard from him that his belly hurt, and he died. Okay, that happened in California. So they were looking for black folks, and once they find this dude, till now you don't hear anything about it. Okay, it's very quiet. This is him and his girlfriend. They were in the car. I don't know. The woman probably cut him off or something happened, and then they start shooting at the people. So this been happening forever now, but they don't say anything. There was a dude that randomly shooting people windows. Okay, California shooters of people car windows. Yeah. They've been shooting people windows. A guy in a Tesla caught the guy. Let me see. Tesla camera caught guy shooting windows. There you go. Okay, this is the Tesla. That shoot that dude. He was a shooter, and then he shot at the window. Okay, there's some guy do this. They just drive and then they just shoot your windows, just break your windows for fun. One dude was going to work, they shot his windows for fun. So things like that, they just happen. All right, they've been happening.
Look here. Hours after the latest freeway shooting, and a portion of the 710 near Alondra is still shut down. The northbound lanes now turned crime scene after the latest freeway shooting, the 3rd in less than 24 hours.
SUV pulled up along their passenger side and fired multiple shots into the vehicle.
This is the car hit by that gunfire from a passing SUV. A man in the passenger seat and a young child in the back seat, both hurt, not seriously. They're hurt, not from the gunfire.
It looks like it may have been from the window, the glass that shattered.
All this on a day marked by 3 separate freeway shootings. The first, just after midnight Tuesday morning, this car riddled by bullets fired from a passing black sedan on the 710 near Firestone and Vail Gardens. The driver of the car killed by the gunfire. Some 10 hours later, and about 25 miles away, the second freeway shooting, this time on the eastbound 91 freeway in Carson. The passenger side window blown out by bullets fired from a passing car. The passenger, a woman, hit, listed in critical condition. The driver unhurt. And now this latest shooting, as investigators work to see if they are now searching for one single freeway shooter.
We do not believe that there is a freeway shooter. Obviously, these are 3 isolated incidents. Hundreds of thousands of people travel these freeways every day, and like I said, these seem to be just 3 isolated incidents that have occurred that are not related to each other.
Not related to each other, he says, and there's nothing to suggest the 3 shootings are the result of road rage. Still, the growing concern after a trio of violent freeway shootings brings this warning from the CHP.
If you feel like there's road rage, pull over, exit, get back on the freeway. Don't engage in any road rage with anybody.
No, that's not the point. You never engage. It's the person that will engage with you. Even though you drive away, you just drove away, that person just going to keep following you. You know, this is all you need is the mighty one protection, man. All praises. Let's keep on moving. Of course, this is plague number 9, execution by the sword. You know, let us keep on moving, brothers. A lot of execution. I don't know. This one just popped up, but I don't know what happened here.
Overnight, word that multiple members of the Secret Service have been suspended, accused of accepting extravagant gifts from 2 men who were allegedly impersonating federal agents.
The gifts are not cheap gifts.
More than a dozen FBI agents rushed into this luxury apartment building in Washington, D.C. Wednesday, arresting Arian Tarsday and Haider Ali for allegedly pretending to work for the Homeland Security Department. According to court documents, the men also provided gifts to Secret Service agents, including rent-free apartments totaling $40,000, iPhones, surveillance systems, a drone, a flat-screen TV, and law enforcement paraphernalia. 4 members of the Secret Service were suspended as part of the investigation, and one of them was on First Lady Jill Biden's protective detail.
Okay, so that those guys could easily be spies. That means they could have spies working. But anyway, this is 82 and 83 crime. Let's watch.
Don't know what they were trying to do, whether it was just dumb luck. That
this has nothing to do with dumb luck. You guys, wow, really? Your expertise is security. Your expertise is Secret Service. Everything was supposed to be secret. How they are 2 dumb bastards? Well, they are rich anyway. Pretend to be Secret Service. They get close to the president's wife. Are you kidding me? This could have easily turned into something else. You know, but maybe it already did. Remember, brothers, those people are not that smart, okay? And I don't know why people are not noticing this or cannot make the connection. January 6th, insurrector tried to sell laptop to Russia. Okay, let me see. What was her name? Okay, there you go. That's the woman. Is that what that is? Capital suspect plot to sell Pelosi laptop to Russian intelligence authority says. Yes, Riley June Williams. We didn't have that Williams. Okay, Riley June Williams was turned into the FBI by former romantic partner, according to court document. A Pennsylvania woman accused of being one of the Capitol rioters told a former romantic partner that she planned to steal a laptop computer from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi office and sell it to Russian intelligence, court documents revealed on Monday. Riley, June 22, was charged with disorderly conduct. Really? This disorderly conduct? Just like those 2 guys, those a secret agent fellow, they should have been executed. This is high treason, but suspended. And then you are going to sell this thing to the Russian. And what make you think she did not sell it? What make you think they have to actually send the laptop over there? She probably sent those quote unquote the Russian a part of a document, and then they took this document and make the plan to invade Ukraine. You never know. What is the relationship between Nancy Pelosi and Ukraine? What is the relationship between the civilians and Ukraine? Yeah, that's what I yes. Let me see. News. I didn't want to. She tests positive for. Oh boy. Anyway, I don't want to hear about this. I don't know. So most likely she had something on Ukraine. You never know. This woman was probably take a file, create another email from somewhere, send it to one of those Russian intelligence, and then they will have transferred the money to her friend, family member, or whatever. And she knows she's not gonna serve that much time in jail. And then Putin wanted to take this plane or whatever this stuff those woman was sending, and then invade Ukraine. You know, this is me just talking here. So anyway,
to befriend or get acquainted with a member of the First Lady's detail, or if it was intentional.
Court documents did not reveal what, if anything, Tarsday and Ali were trying to accomplish by posing as agents and giving gifts to the Secret Service.
Okay, so those are the guys that are behind the keyboard. Those are keyboard warriors. Those are the wannabes. And they really cannot pass any test they will pay. You know, and then for rent-free, man. You know, these guys. And our Secret Service agents supposed to live rent-free, man. Those guys are supposed to live bill-free, rent-free. They're supposed to be 100% focused on their job, you know. And then I mean, if you see this, they are not getting that much money. Let me see how much money those guys are making. Just counting. How much money does the Secret Service get paid?
According to Comparably, the salaries of Secret Service special agents in the U.S. range from $19,348 to $511,652, with a median salary of $93,717. The middle 57% of Secret Service special agents makes between $93,727 and $232,721, with the top 86% making $511,652.
Those guys probably was at the bottom. The $19,000. They start you at $19,000. You know, that's probably what they were making. And then when they watched all those guys that are making the top 500, $500,000, you know, if you get, excuse me, and all that stuff, you know, they want that too.
There's no word whether or not they were trying to gain access to the White House. The investigation does show the men had access to a lot of money.
Rent in D.C. is really expensive, and these men, according to court documents, had like a few different units inside of a very expensive D.C. Apartment building. So that's not cheap, and investigators right now are seeing where the money is.
The Secret Service says it's cooperating with investigators. Tarsday and Ali are scheduled for a court appearance today on charges of impersonating law enforcement.
Glory and praises show you how weak and stupid those people are. The Most High is degrading and dispatching and taking those guys out.
A South Florida woman has been arrested and charged with murdering her boyfriend by running him over with her car. Authorities say it happened after an argument during a road trip. Local 10's Sinella Savovic has the disturbing details on this one. Sinella?
Well, Christy, those details are definitely disturbing and horrific. As you mentioned, a South Florida couple, they head out on a road trip somewhere outside of Mobile, Alabama. They get into an argument, and that's when deputies there tell me that the girlfriend, ran over her boyfriend with her car at a high rate of speed. We're talking more than 70 miles per hour here.
Oh, damn.
A cross-country road trip for one South Florida couple turns deadly. 37-year-old Johanna Suarez is now behind bars at the Mobile County Metro Jail, accused of murdering her boyfriend. Investigators say she intentionally ran over 48-year-old Henry Hernandez with her car at 7.
She's 37, the guy is 48, so I mean, you can't make this up, but anyway.
73 miles per hour, instantaneously.
73 miles an hour. Wow, you can't make this up. She's 37, 3 plus 7, Michael in the mist. He's 48, 4 plus 8, 12. The 12 tribe. 73 miles, 7 plus 3, 10. Michael in the mist. You can't make this up, man.
Killing him. These are pictures of the car Suarez was driving following the crash. The silver Chevy left with serious front end damage. It was disabled upon impact. The couple was heading to California from Miami. On Sunday morning, they were near the Alabama-Mississippi border. They got into an argument, and Hernandez voluntarily got out of the car and began walking down the side of Interstate 10. Deputies say Suarez turned the car around, went the wrong way on the highway, and hit him. A witness saw the whole thing and called 911. Hernandez's son, who declined to talk on camera, says his father was a good guy who didn't have much, but would give you the shirt off his back, that he didn't deserve this. So Suarez was not injured in this whole thing. She did face a judge on that murder charge. She was denied bond. That is the latest here from Southwest Miami-Dade.
Seems like a lot of wife, a lot of girlfriend wives killing their husbands, man. One of them happened in Florida the other day. She stabbed that fellow to death, and then she didn't face any charge. One kill and crash in southern Miami-Dade. Let me see. Miami police officer suspended after criminal investigation launched by department. FBI is here to finding trio of bank robbers. Lawsuit filing deadly public supermarket shooting in Cohort Gables. Oh boy. Police says man used dog as deadly weapon. Man gets no bond for shooting outside Miami Beach restaurant. Security guard that shot. One injury that shook out Boca Raton Mall. Oh, there was a shooting at the mall in Boca? What happened? Let me see. Damn.
Right now at noon, quite the scare for shoppers at a mall in Boca Raton after a shooting.
One person was shot in the leg. Local 10 News reporter Syra Anwar is live at the mall this midday.
And she has reaction from witnesses. Syra?
So this all happened just before 7 o'clock last night, and police have not yet said what the motive may have been behind this shooting, nor have they disclosed the identities of the people they now have in custody. One person shot in the leg and rushed to the hospital last night. Police investigate. Officers put up crime tape inside the mall at Town Center in Boca Raton after someone began shooting.
My first instinct was just for me and everyone to just get to the back of the store.
Chris Figura was working at a store. Witnesses tell Local 10 they saw a trail of blood.
And I just told everybody to run to the back because I already knew it was gunshots.
Just heard a loud explosion. Haley Sanchez was helping a customer when she ran for cover inside her store. This is a picture she took helping frightened shoppers hide. Sanchez says she called her mom.
I told her I love her because I thought I was going to die or something.
Boca Raton police say one person was shot in the leg and rushed to Delray Beach Medical Center. Officers detained 2 people for questioning.
I felt bad. There was this little girl. She's probably like 8. She was like in tears.
Oh boy.
So again, police do have...
Police detained somebody for questioning, and then they show a brother. Yeah.
She's probably like 8. She was like in tears.
Let me see what they do right here.
Center. Officers detained 2 people for questioning.
I felt
okay. They had a brother. The brother just sit. The guy just sit there, but they have to show this guy. He could be the one who did it. Yeah, he's not an handcuff and anything. He probably talking to the girls like, "Hey man, I wasn't there. I'm glad I got out. I got my Haitian. I'm good. I got out." But anyway, man, they are shooting in Boca. It's an affluent neighborhood on Haitian, a lot of Haitian there. Let me see. Oh boy. Let me put that little FX in there while I'm looking for the video. Let me see right here. What? Wall Street charging bull comes to South Florida? Why? Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we don't have any. No, is it there? well, I guess you don't have no updates. Yeah, that was a fight out of school. Yeah, so yeah, I got it. Yeah, a lot of girlfriends and wives, they are killing their husbands. Don't know why, but hey, plague number 9, execution by the sword. That's what's going on here. Oh yeah, U.S. military vehicles arrive in Denmark en route to Poland. So they are moving all those giant military vehicles for what? To show off? Nah, Joel, man, the book of Joel, removing this great army from the land and send them to a barren land where he's going to beat them down. You know, critical beat down. That's what that is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. They're en route for Poland. Beautiful. Got those expensive things, man. That's a bulldozer. Is that what that is? You know, expensive bulldozer. You know? Yeah, so. Oh, those are a Humvee truck. I always wanted to buy a Humvee. They're like $10,000 starting price. You know, $20,000 can get you one, but, you know. All right, then. Look at all those equipments, man. You know, the Most High Almighty is gathering the heathens to go at each other's throat. I don't see those guys are gathering in the hood to bring Jacob's trouble. No, they're gathering over there. Let me see what this dude is saying. Colonel, what the hell is going on with Joshua lately? You know, Joshua was the one who take over the land. Colonel Joshua. So that's what the Most High is telling us, brothers. When you keep meeting those Joshuas, Aaron and Joshua. You know, we saw yesterday there was a lot of Joshua, and then now another Joshua.
I think it's amazing, one, to show how closely we are intertwined here in the NATO community. Working together here for both the U.S. with our Danish partners and the British.
Okay, hang on. What does the name Joshua mean? What does the name Joshua mean?
God is deliverance. According to Verywell family, Joshua comes from the Hebrew name Yehoshua, meaning God is deliverance. In the Old Testament of the Bible, Joshua was the Israelite leader who succeeded Moses and led the Hebrews to the promised land.
Hey man, you know, hey, we are going to be delivered. You can't make this up, man. You know, God is deliverance. You know, you can't make this up, man. You know, hey, all praises, man. Glory.
I think just shows the might of NATO and what we can do and accomplish.
Oh, yeah. The might of the Most High. Thank you, sir. Little Bob God thing going on over there. Heavy machinery, man. There you go. No, assemble this army so they can go get their own trouble. And they're not coming nowhere near the hood. None of this nonsense.
Breaking news out of Panorama City. That's where investigators were on the scene of a deadly shooting.
KTLA 5's Gil Lavis overhead in Sky 5 with the latest. Gil?
Glenn and Lou, you're looking at the crime scene here. This is the 8700 block of Tobias Avenue with the cross of Parthenia Street. This is where LAPD Mission Division officers responded about 2:19 this afternoon for an assault with a deadly weapon suspect on scene. When they arrived, a help call came out from those officers. When we arrived, we found one man down between buildings here, actually in the driveway of an apartment complex. The paramedics were working on that man, and unfortunately they have pronounced that person dead at scene now.
Plague number 9, execution by the sword. We just saw it. It's still going on in Ukraine. It's still now. And they won't show you that much action anyway. So, yeah.
I didn't know what was going on over there. I do know that he had a couple of gentleman friends, and that's it.
Lots of questions and not enough answers after the 76-year-old man who owns this Independence Township home was discovered dead inside a bathroom inside his home on Tuesday. This neighbor tells Vox 2 he had contacted township officials to do a welfare check out of concern.
I contacted them within the last 6 months twice. This past summer, the grass was waist high, and now he's got 2 trees down. One of them's on his house.
When investigators went to conduct that welfare check, a man who was living there answered the door and said the homeowner was asleep.
There was a younger gentleman, probably half his age, that was staying there.
But when investigators went to check to confirm if the homeowner was indeed asleep, that's when they saw he was in fact dead. A short time later, the man who answered the door would soon reveal the homeowner had been dead for 1 month.
There was no activity going on at all outside of the house.
Fox 2 reached out to the Oakland County Medical Examiner's office, and they confirmed that the homeowner is Michael Wagner, and they estimate that he died anytime after March 7th. Fox 2 also...
The man's name was Michael Wagner. Michael Wagner. Huh.
According to Wikipedia, Michael Wagner was an American television writer and producer who worked on several television shows between 1975 and 1992, and won an Emmy Award in 1982 for outstanding writing in a drama series for his work on the television show Hill Street Blues.
Okay, that's not the Michael Wagner that, I wanted. But anyway, the fellow name was Michael Wagner. You can't make this up. Let me play this again. When we told people Michael is in the mist and then this thing is real, and hey man, it is.
To the Oakland County Medical Examiner's office, and they confirm that the homeowner is Michael Wagner, and they estimate that he died anytime after March 7th.
March 7th. Perfect.
Fox 2 also reached out to officials at the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, and they say the 76-year-old died from natural causes, and that the man who answered that door was arrested for failure to report the death of the homeowner. The Sheriff's Office says this case is actively still being investigated, but for now, it's unclear if there will be any charges. Those who call this quiet neighborhood home still can't believe how the story of what happened to their neighbor is unfolding.
The guy probably don't want to pay the rent. Hey, I could live here 1 month free. So yeah,
a little uneasy.
In Independence Township, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2 News.
All praise to the Most High. Glory.
And we have this breaking news right now. Acting State Supreme Court Justice John Michalski is dead.
Sources tell us the judge died by suicide earlier today. News Force Chris Robotic joins us now in the newsroom.
John Michalski. Okay, well, say Michalski, but it's Michalski. Okay, it's like well, not Russian, but Polish. Michalski, is that what that is? Could be Polish. What kind of name is Michalski?
According to Ancestry, Michalski
Jewish.
name meaning Polish and Jewish, from Poland, habitational name for someone from a place called Michael in Bydgoszcz Voivodeship or Macaulay in Plock Voivodeship.
You can't make this up, man. I mean, the amount of evidence and confirmation that we know Michael is in the mist, and of course 61, 6 plus 1, perfection, number 4 in the back, 4 angels, from the 4 corners of the earth. We give the mighty one great glory from great praises, man. John Michael, Jewish, Jewish person, no more. I go let's keep on moving.
With the latest, Chris.
Dave, this happens just a dozen days after federal and state authorities.
A dozen days, of course.
These were at the Michalski home. John Michalski's attorney told us at that time they were executing a search warrant. Today, police were back at that same house in the town of Amherst. An Amherst police spokesperson has not provided any information regarding this. He said they had no information to share with us. But sources do tell us that John Michalski died by suicide late this morning. Now, suicides are not typically reported on. However, this case is unique given Michalski's job and law enforcement's interest in him. We'll have more on that in just a moment. Michalski was an acting justice of the Supreme Court here in Erie County. However, he hasn't had any cases assigned to him since that March 24th raid. The FBI was part of that raid. They had no comments today. We also reached out to the state attorney general's office.
This dude's name is Chris or va tits. You should have you might as well change your name to Chris or va boobs. All praises. Ah, crap.
Office, which hasn't gotten back to us. Chris Arvadits, News 4.
Arvadits?
Thank you,
Nah,
Chris. And
sir.
you may recall that Michalski
Chris
was injured after
Arvadits.
stepping in front of a train last year in Depew.
And as News 4's
Wait,
Luke
what
Moretti
happened?
tells us,
What
the
happened
judge
in?
was also being
What the hell is going on with the name of those places? Did you say Depew? What's going on? Let me hang on there.
Chris Arvadits, News 4.
Thank you, Chris. And you may recall that Michalski was injured after stepping in front of a train last year in Depew.
And as News 4's Luke
Depew.
Moretti tells us, the judge was also being investigated by federal agents.
Okay, for what?
Just last month, the Amherst home of State Supreme Court Justice John Michalski was raided by state and federal authorities.
For what?
They could be seen taking materials from the home and loading them into vehicles. At the time, the FBI would only say agents were conducting court-authorized activity. Subsequently, sources told the Buffalo News that the search involved an online business being operated from the home. Michalski is the same judge who was seen on video stepping in front of an oncoming train and lying on the tracks over a year ago.
Oh,
he
so-
suffered a leg injury.
Oh, so he wanted to commit suicide. All right, then. I mean, well, then this guy was doing something horribly bad online. What kind of business a middle-aged, well, not that guy's not middle, he's an old white man, doing online? What kind of business a judge? Like, this guy is a Supreme Court judge. I mean, he's well off alone. That monetary fund over there. What kind of business you are running online, man? Come on, tell us the truth. We want to know. Because we know there's a certain age and group and race of people that are running certain business online, certain stuff that are not, you don't want your children. Anyways,
Michalski left the bench for a while and was later reinstated, even though he remained under investigation by the State Commission on Judicial Conduct. But after last month's search of his home, his caseload was again assigned to other judges. Last year, News 4 Investigates reported that the feds were looking into the relationship between Michalski and Peter Gerace, who operates a club in Cheektowaga.
Okay, so I'm making connections. I'm starting feeling that I'm being right there. So let me. So a Jewish fellow, and then some Italian looking scum. Those guys were. He owned a club. What kind of club did he own? Is it some kind of golf club, or a car club, or motorcycle club?
Judicial Conduct. But after last month's search of his home, his caseload was again assigned to other judges. Last year, News 4 Investigates reported that the feds were looking into the relationship between Michalski and Peter Gerace, who operates a club in Cheektowaga. The club itself was raided in December 2019. Gerace has been charged in a federal probe. Among the accusations, conspiracy to distribute drugs and paying bribes to a former DEA agent.
Okay, so got some drugs involved here. That's good.
Michalski has never been charged with anything. Just days before Michalski was struck by the freight train in Depew, he was questioned by FBI agents about his longtime friendship with Gerace. And
so this is what happened. When those guys do crime, they got friends in higher places, and they can just like sell many drugs and do whatever crime they break, and then they just call their friend, make a phone call, and then they get them off.
The day of the train incident, Gerace was arrested in Florida. News 4 aired a portion of video taken by a train spotter when Michalski stepped on the tracks as a slow-moving train approached in February of 2021. News 4 sued the village of Depew after it provided a heavily redacted police report and refused to release any video of the incident. The judge in that case characterized the video as depicting what appears to be an attempted suicide in his decision, in which he sided with the village over privacy interests. Luke?
How is that privacy interest? That guy in a public ward and a public train trying to commit some suicide. How is that private?
Moretti, News 4.
And it's very important that if you or a loved one is struggling, you...
Yeah, whatever, man. Great praise, great glory, man, unto the mighty one. Let's keep on moving. Oops. See what's going on here. What's happening here? Let me refresh this. Let's see what else is going on over there. Hit and run driver killed 2 and woman in San Jose. See what's going on with the ley line, then we're moving up.
Investigating a hit and run where 2 women were killed as they crossed the street. KTVU's Amanda Quintana live in our newsroom with more on that story. Amanda, good morning.
Good morning. Well, this is the city's 13th and 14th pedestrian deaths this year.
So it's alarming. 14 or 13th. That's a lot from this year. We're not even in the middle of this year. You already got like 14 people. Not even, that's more than, let's see, 4 divided by 14. That's like 3 people a month. That's like 4 people a month. Yeah, the 3 to 4 people a month. Boy, I'm terrible at math. Is it 13 people? If it's 13, let me hear this.
14th pedestrian deaths this year after the driver.
It's 14. So if it is 14, it's 4 people. It's 3 people a month. 3.5. 3.5, and I say 4 people because some of them they probably report. Like a month, man. Like and it's like that's like 1 person a week. Okay, this is not something to laugh at, but this is like 1 person a week, man. You're getting 1 person a week running over hit and run, and people think this is normal. Get out of here, man. Let's listen to this again.
13th and 14th pedestrian deaths
13 and
this
14.
year. After the driver hit those women, they took off. It happened around 6:30 last night near Ocala Avenue and Oakton Court, right in front of the Ocala Steam Academy, a middle school there. Police are still working to figure out who that driver was, and they haven't released a description of the vehicle. A neighbor says she was out enjoying the warm evening when police showed up.
So I stood up to see what was going on, and I saw bodies on the floor, just laying there, and they were performing CPR.
Both women were rushed to the hospital where they were pronounced dead. People in the neighborhood tell us cars go down that road too fast, even doing donuts nearby in the middle of the night. They want to see better lighting or a traffic light added. Right now, the names of those victims have not been released yet. Live in the newsroom, Amanda Quintana, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All praises to the Most High, man. That's like 3.5 people a month, like 1 person a week, man. This is crazy. Okay. Oh, yeah, we were just talking about that. Okay.
Imagine a cop being so.
Okay. Again, beloved, please, this dude, indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie, I cannot profile his video because, excuse me, because he already gave his opinion. You can send me these original because YouTube, it's not like the brother gonna do anything, but it's YouTube. Okay, YouTube will they will just come up and they will just strike me because I use his video. The AI will do this. So if you could send me the original, and then we will tell you exactly what it is, because his point of view is political. Our point of view is both spiritual, political, is universal. So that's why I cannot profile what he said. So police dog bite cops for attacking teenager. So yeah, I cannot profile his video. Okay, yeah, this is Dabu 7. We ain't gonna give Dabu. Hey, how long we are into this thing? Oh, good Lord, we ain't gonna give Dabu no break, man. Let's see what's going on with Dabu 7. Why is he worried about 1200 years?
This is Dabu 7.
Yep.
We've got a critical situation going on here in this country, but a lot of people able to turn on their faucet and have flowing water. They're just oblivious to what's really happening here with this mega drought that is now the worst in 1,200 years. Now, we just had scientists go out and take readings. They went up to south of Lake Tahoe at the Phillips Station, where they just went out and they took their annual readings. Every April 1st, they go and they check the snow depth at this location, which averages 66.5 inches of snow at this location. It only had 2.5 inches.
Okay, this is really bad. Okay, this is very, very bad. Listen to this.
Snow at this location. When they check the snow depth at this location, which averages 66.5 inches of snow at
67.
this location, it only had 2.5 inches of snow.
Like
That
64.
equated to 1 inch of water. That is a scant 4% of the average. This is absolutely
Bad.
shocking.
This is bad. This
Yet
is very
most
bad.
everyday people just keep on pushing. They'll go in and turn on their sink. Water flows out, so they don't care about it.
They shouldn't, because that's how you guys live. And you know, you guys are very hypocritical. You guys are a bunch of hypocrites. That's why I don't follow what you Gentiles are doing. There is a rage about minimalist. I'm a minimalist. Hang on. What is a minimalist? That's not what that is.
According to Wikipedia,
Minimalist.
Minnie Mouse is a cartoon. According to Wikipedia, in visual arts, music, and other media, minimalism is an art movement that began in post-World War II Western art, most strongly with American visual arts in the 1960s and early 1970s.
Living as a minimalist. Oh boy.
These pictures should match.
Minimalist. There we go. Is that what that is? Is that a minimalist lifestyle? Minimalism involves living with fewer resources, whether in terms of house or possessions. Okay, excuse me. Minimalist lifestyle involves living with fewer resources, whether in terms of house or possession. It is part of a thought process, how a person chooses to live with all the minimal things in life and yet be satisfied. A minimalist lifestyle by no means a radical lifestyle, but rather the optimal one. This is a bunch of garbage, and I see how people are getting involved with this nonsense. You know what they do now? The Gentiles, seeing the blessing slipping away from them, they cannot live grand anymore. They cannot live maximalist like they used to live. Okay, then they get involved with tiny little houses. Oh, tiny house. I'm trying to save money. Things are expensive, and I only got one shoe and stuff. Gentiles never live like this, and therefore the Most High did not create this giant freaking earth for you to live in a freaking RV. The Most High created this earth for you as the Most High children, we as the Most High people, to live in castle, to live in giant mansion, because that's where we used to live. Look at all the castle in Europe, medieval castle. Okay, this is the type of things that we used to live. Okay, those are our houses. That what we build those things. Okay, we are not little minimalists and stuff like that, because the Gentiles are losing their freaking blessing, their freaking mind, and now all of a sudden they want to become minimalists, and all of a sudden, oh, you need to save water. Now you guys wasted pretty much everything. You, America, well, Gentiles in general, especially America, you guys are the biggest waster of anything. Food, money, you guys squander everything. All of a sudden now, you want to conserve water. Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
The average. This is absolutely shocking. Yet most everyday people just keep on pushing. They'll go in and turn on their sink. Water flows out, so they don't care about anything else. It's being very short-sighted, and it's about to clip a bunch of people. California itself gets 30% of the state's water from these resources. When we take a look at some of the images coming out of the area, you can see it's not looking good. So this is big time. They're saying that in terms of the statistics, the January through March period this year was the driest such period by a huge margin in the 101 years of record keeping. So in all the time that they've been keeping record, this is the worst yet. And you can see right here, just them going out and checking certain areas. Look at what the ground looks like.
Dry.
It's bad.
It is.
So, mega drought in full effect, the worst in 1,200 years, if anyone cares. And when you're wondering down the road why they're...
To him, it's the elite is doing that. They have a machine, they can do that. Okay, so heads up, Cash App breach could affect 8 million users. Prepare for big global famine, world powers. Now, prepare for your famine, for you Gentiles. That has nothing to do with us. We will eat, we will feed. Okay, we played this video the other day. Dabu got like caught up. He got caught up in it. One person say, look at Dabu setting his place on fire and then act like he's a hero. Hey man, be careful over there, man. All praises. Anyway, it's 11:58. Let me go ahead and get ready for the prayer. And oh boy, I only got like 10% this thing. Let me get ready for the prayer, and then I will be back to finish this video like now. All right, so we're done with the prayers. We had a great time, so let us keep on moving.
Imagine somebody tells you to leave out of your house, and this is your life.
This is the reality for dozens of families who were given just hours to move out.
They tell you need to move out. You need to bail out. You need to get out.
Residents from Bayview 60 homes in North Miami Beach had until 2 o'clock Tuesday to get what they can and leave. People were racing against the clock, grabbing whatever they could carry, and many unsure of where they'll go.
This is unfair. And I mean, my family members have me and a bunch of other people, but what about the ones that don't have anybody? You know, the ones that need to stay somewhere.
On Monday, the city ordered an immediate evacuation at the request of the property owner after an engineering firm called the building structurally unsafe.
Now, what you are seeing, what you are witnessing is just this thing is happening all over. That's the mighty one removing a lot of people that are not supposed to be here. They don't belong in our holy lands. So he is sweeping them off the land. Ever since the whole collapse thing, the whole pancakes happened in Surfside, Miami, and you practically see it every week or every month that there's one building that is deemed unsafe, and they tell the people evacuate. They never tell them, okay, well, you have a week, you have 2 weeks, you have a couple of days. They're like, you have a couple of hours, if that. And then they told them, move. And then they just move. This is a form of cleansing, a form of sweeping. And some of them, they never let them back on the buildings. Okay, so this is the power of the great one. So that's what's going on over there in Miami.
The city says the owner has been doing repairs ahead of the upcoming 50-year recertification inspection.
They've been working on the building for months. I think they thought they were going to be able to fix the structural issues. It's gotten to the point where they know they cannot fix them at this point.
One family sharing images of issues they've seen, cracks around the pool deck. So many wonder why they weren't warned sooner.
That's the thing.
We have to improvise.
That's the thing. They never really warn them sooner. They just say, hey, you're out of there. That's it.
You know, a lot of people still work. You know, a lot of people, unfortunately, work check by check. You know, that's most people do.
Now, the city of North Miami Beach tells me they're working on a schedule to get residents back in floor by floor to bring out some of those bigger items. That'll happen Friday into Tuesday. But after Tuesday, we're told no one will be allowed back inside.
Yeah, all praise and glory, man. Yeah, you see now the Gentiles, they cannot enjoy the blessing the way they used to, okay? This is April 5th on NBC. So there's a 6 months, 64 million subscribers, okay? So that's what happened, man. Yeah, they cannot enjoy the blessing anymore. They can just come in and then just leave there and stuff, you know. Now, this is in Spain. All right, this is plague number 6. Oh boy, I think I I don't know how this happened, but I caught this thing off. Okay, this is plague number 6 right here. Increase of hail and snow. All right, and this is in Spain. All right, okay, that's a hailstorm. Okay, and this thing only going to get worse, and it's not like this is not normal. And what the people going to do? They keep telling the people, okay, well, it will pass. It's a one-time thing. It's random. It's just nothing. In 1972, something worse like that happened, and then they give the people like a relief, but they are saying it's a daily thing now. Okay, it's a daily thing. Okay, this is a hailstones, and it only going to get worse. All right, we give the mighty one great praise, great glory. Is that thing even recording right now? Is it? Yes, it is.
What caused 2 camels at a petting zoo to turn on their keepers and kill them? That's a question being asked about a petting zoo where a camel got loose and somehow charged the men who were trying to corral it. Here's Stephen Fabian.
They seem harmless, funny-looking camels. They sure look like gentle giants. Whoa! But these normally docile desert creatures can also turn dangerous without warning.
Ow! Ow! 2 men working at a petting zoo in Tennessee were killed when a camel, a popular attraction at the zoo, went into a rampage.
Medical 2587 South Bluff Road, possible camel attack.
I've worked with camels for years, and that's why when I heard of this story, I was like, oh my goodness. Being attacked by a camel would be horrific. They would charge, they can kick forwards and backwards, they can kneel down and crush their victims, they can bite. They actually have 2 pairs of canines, and they can cause serious injuries.
One report says the 2 men were trying to corral and capture the camel. That's when the camel felt cornered and attacked. It trampled and bit the men to death.
So, why is that? And again, this is unheard of. I never heard camel kill. I didn't even know those things are capable of killing people. Anyway, so this is I'm sorry. This is break number 7. Wild beasts will be their grave. So not only the animals will eat their dead bodies in the street, and it will kill them too. Okay, this camel, it literally killed 2 people. This is like, I never heard of that. So there's a camel, they just killed that fellow. So, wow. But this is prophecy right there.
The attack happened at Shirley Farms in Obion, Tennessee. They declined to comment. In 2019, it was cited for allegedly failing to have a barrier separating the camels and the people who were petting and feeding them. But recent photos on the petting zoo's Facebook page show a barrier between the camel and a visitor. So be warned, camels are exotic and fascinating creatures. They can go for 6 months without water, but don't think they can't turn on humans. While police were trying to move one of the victims to safety,
Come to find out, camel, hang on. Where does camel originated from?
According to paleo sleuths, from 46 million to 6 million years ago, camels originated and only lived in North America. 6 million years ago, camels crossed the Bering Bridge to Asia and migrated as far south as Africa.
No.
3 million years ago, camels crossed the Isthmus of Panama to South America.
There we go. So camel came from here in the 4th part. And they were originally here. And they moved, what they did to, the camel were all over the Utah desert, Nevada desert, Navajo desert. That's where they were. They literally moved them in Africa, and then so you can, this is the land of Ishmael, Middle East and stuff like that. Those things originated over here, just like corn. Okay, corn originated in America. Okay, where does corn originate?
Central Mexico.
Yes.
According to ndsu.ed.
Okay, Central Mexico. Okay, corn, with the golden seed. Okay. All right, so that's what it is. You don't have corn in the Middle East. They don't, there's no such thing as a Middle East. Anyway, man, let's keep on moving, man. Whoops.
Police in Central California have identified the two women whose bodies were found in a car submerged in a river. 23-year-old Alyssa Ross and 22-year-old Zylona Gama. They were last seen at a wedding in Stockton on Sunday, reported missing Monday. They were found Tuesday in Ripon near a country club. Police say they do not suspect foul play. They say it will take months, though, before they can determine the exact cause of their deaths. Ross was a student at Cal State LA.
So, of course, you know, when you're in lodge and her name is Alexa, you know, you can see, you know, those are the Christians, and they left a wedding. Let me see, you know.
These were found in a car.
Let me see. Is it the same person? I don't. Anyway, I don't know, at least worse. They probably were friends, and they went to this wedding, and then that's it. They just find him dead. You know, they just find him dead, and then there's no foul play. Submerged in a river. Could be suicide. It could be something else. We don't know. But lately you've seen a lot of women, they are finding him dead like this, in cars and water and submerged. Crazy.
Breaking news in East Los Angeles, 3 people dead following a violent crash overnight.
KTLA's Carlos Herrera is live at the scene with the details on what happened. Good morning, Carlos.
Eric and Megan, good morning. 2 men and a woman were killed in this violent and fiery crash overnight here in East LA. Investigators say the car slammed into the tree that's right behind me here. Let's get you over to some video at this moment of the first responders.
Man, look at this. Oh, damn. Oh, man. Oh. And again, this isn't the first time we see this. And when these things happen, the tree it's nothing happened to the tree. The tree is not ripped out of the ground. If a car at this speed hit a tree like this, the tree should have been, somewhat heavily damaged. But Cabodiel is like, damn.
The scene here, you can see all the damage as a result of it. The CHP says it happened around 12:30 a.m. at Herbert and Olympic. Investigators say the black Volkswagen sedan was traveling eastbound on Olympic, approaching the intersection. When the driver lost control, the car slammed into a tree and then caught on fire. 3 people were trapped inside a big rig, inside this car. Now, a big rig driver was passing by the area, stopped and used a fire extinguisher to try and put out the flames. He also called 911. Firefighters then arrived a few moments later. They cut the car open, basically took it apart, trying to pull out the victims from the car, but all 3 occupants were pronounced dead. The victims have not been identified. Right now, investigators trying to figure out how the crash happened, if speed was a factor, and if the driver was under the influence. Back out here live, you can see now just the debris on the sidewalk and on the road as a result. It gives you an idea of how violent this crash.
Look at the tree, okay? All right, look at the tree. It's just peeled. Oh man, look how the pole is bent and the tree just stand there. Wow. Oh man, this is horrible.
Actually was. You can see the debris there as of now. The intersection was closed, specifically Olympic from Record to Herbert. It was closed for a few hours as investigators were gathering evidence here, interviewing witnesses, but this intersection is back open now. Reporting live this morning in East LA, I'm Carlos Herrera, KTLA 5 News.
Oh man, that was bad, man. Damn. Oh, that's really bad. Ooh. I would not want to be. Well, let's see. Who are those 3 fellows? Oh, those are the guy that beat that little kid over there. We really don't care. Ukrainian rescuers find to save hundreds of feared buried alive in Borodyanka. Okay, so you got hundreds. How many hundreds, man? How many hundreds? And we saw what happened in the Pancake, the Surfside, the Pancake. There weren't no survival. Of course, they're going to say, oh, 8 people survive in this, man. Okay, so that's the bent bread, man. The sweet wine soaking the land and paying for what You know,
І мені чудом
I
повезло,
was
якраз це було
miraculously lucky. Let me see. Put that. I was miraculously lucky. They were increasing shelling every day. You know, and then those guys are the way that the media portray the news that the Ukrainians are winning. The way that they portray the news is like not one single one of them. You all know more. It's just a Russian being killed, Russian every day, Russian this and that. But yeah, there's a building, hundreds of people in there. Okay. We couldn't stand it, and I went with my wife and child to walk them away as far as possible. Okay, because they do that every day nonstop. Okay, let me show you something. Which army in the world has the most tanks? That's not what that is. Which army in the world has the most tanks? There you go.
Russia, according to some information I found on Nation Master.
Now, you have Russia. They again, tanks don't. Those things are obsolete. They're obsolete. They don't. You don't use tanks anymore. Russia have 22,710 tanks, and China is right behind. The United States only have 8,000 and stuff. So Russia have tanks. They can send. That's why they send. I can't believe those people are not seeing this. That's why they send all the tanks. They just overwhelm you with tanks. You can destroy all of them. That's nothing to them. Because war don't fight with tanks anymore. When you waste all your ammunition in the tanks and then they destroy your ammunition depot, okay? They destroy your ammunition depot and then they're going to start sending their drone. Then they're going to start sending like their super weapon and stuff. They would have never invaded you if they didn't know there was no way of victory. You know, that's not how wars fight, okay? I left at 7:30 a.m. and at 7:45 a.m. I was on my way back to there. The destruction, man. When the plane came on and dropped a bomb, all right? What the tactics the Russians use, they distract you underground and then they eliminate you above in the sky, okay? That's what they do. They send the tanks for you to concentrate it there and then make it seem that you are having some type of victory, and when in fact they are destroying you from above. You know, so look at this, man. Look at this trench right here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now let me ask you a question here. Beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Is this the regular face or the typical face of an Israelite? Is this the face of joy? Is this the face of peace? Is this the face of someone that says, you know what, I am about to become the part of the New World Order, or my people going to rule the world because, I don't know, we're going to thrive. We're finally going to have our time now. Is this the face of a woman that says, you know what, my husband is about to take over a land. We're going to get some new houses. We're going to get a new job. We're going to get some slaves and stuff. Is this the face of Jacob? Better yet, is this Jacob's trouble? Do you see any life, any happiness, any future in the face of someone like this? You don't need to be an expert to see how the upside down smile, the frown, the drooping of the face, the eyebrow, the eyes, the dilated eyes, the ear, the mannerism, the nose. You can read it. This is not good. this is not Jacob's trouble. We are not under judgment here. You are. It is you and people like you and your ancestors. You guys are under judgment. We are not. Look at this, man. Look at the amount of destruction, man. And then people are gonna say, be there and say, this guy's a paid actor. Does this dude face look like he's faking? I saw what we can see here now. I came and saw that there is no building anymore. This is the truth.
Впало, я побачив, що ми зараз бачимо. Будинка немає. Я підійшов, я подивився, що там, я зробити нічого зовсім не можу.
I saw that I couldn't do anything. I went to pick up my wife and child,
забрав дружину,
and we walk.
дитя,
So the Most High is sweeping them off.
просто пішки повів з Бородянки.
On foot from Borodyanka, and as we did have any other transportation means. Yes, you did make our people walk on foot. There's a video on our channel that you make some women that look like us walking 8 to 10, 12 hours on foot. Now look at you.
Таким чином, звідси.
Look at this, man. Okay, this is not the face of Jacob. This is not the face of our trouble. This is Esau's trouble and the Gentiles' tribulation. Those people don't look happy at all. You know, I would hate to be in their shoes right now. This is Psalm 83 punishment. This is a horrible thing to experience, but this is the righteous thing to do. Look at this. My mother, my brother, my brother's wife, his mother-in-law are still there. Or are still in there or are still there?
Мама залишилася, брата дружина, брата теща, тесть і інші люди.
But there were other people on upper floors there and with children too. So okay, was this guy have his family? Can you imagine this when you're...
Але були люди і...
And I know for sure that they didn't come out. I know they were at that time. Okay, so he knows they are no more. He knows they are no more. And then you're going to see that there. What about the Jacob's trouble? Jacob's trouble, what don't happen? But what about those people? What is this? What seems to be the issue here? Those people are being destroyed, man. What they must have done something. Why those things come upon their loin? Why is this atrocity come against this guy's loin? His ancestor must have done something just like ours did. Okay, how long we are into this thing? All right. Let me see. I'll be back like instantly. All right. And I know for sure that they didn't come out. So this dude, his people, they are no more.
Знаю точно, що вони не вийшли, точно там були на той час.
Okay, look at this building split in half, man. And people will think like, okay, well, there ain't nobody in the building. It was empty. It was just a building under construction because that's what the Gentile does. War crimes. What a laughable vest. War crimes prosecutor. 83 prosecuting 83. Make no mistake. If this thing was done by what's a so-called an African leader or any black country, of course, we never raise our sword against anyone. Look, listen, it won't even get that far. The so-called war crimes will already arrest, prosecute, invade the other country that is black or anybody that look like us. The whole world would have called this is war crimes. This is everybody like they're walking around like they're doing something and stuff like that. If this was the president of Haiti or the president of Nigeria or Ghana did something like that to them or to somebody that joining unto them, oh man, the full force of Satan would have come upon you. And those guys are working on war crimes. What is war crimes? What is constitute of war crime? What is the characteristics of war crimes? Killing civilian? Those people are going by the rules and by the policy. Get out of here. Get out of here. And I laugh at you people. I laugh at you people, man. Look at this, man. Look at the destruction.
Region, we find in Kiev region, Makariv, Borodyanka, Buchel, Hostomel, Irpin, we found 650 dead bodies. From them,
650 dead bodies. Oh boy, let me see what's going on here. 650 dead bodies. So let me see, because I could not understand what she said. Was she speaking in Ukraine?
in Kiev region, we find in Kiev region, Makariv, Borodyanka, Buchel, Hostomel, Irpin, we found 650 dead bodies. From them,
okay, 650 dead bodies from those regions that she just mentioned.
it is 40 dead bodies, only kids.
40 kids. Okay, so those are burnt bread and sweet wine soaking the land. Number 35, 33. This is Esau's trouble right there. That has nothing to do with Jacob. Those are not Jacobites, Israelites. Those are Edomites, other nations, Psalm 83. 650 bodies, include 40 out of the 650 bodies are children. 40 days fast, 40 days in the ark, 40 years in the desert. All praises to the Most High.
Vladimir Putin is the main war criminal of 21st century. But actually we can suspect in Ukrainian legislation, about immunity. Three persons in any state have immunity. Presidents, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the head of government.
Oh, so what you guys gonna do? You going to arrest Vladimir Putin? Is that what that is? Is that what you guys going to do? Get out of here.
That's why when they are on their position, we can start prosecute them in Ukraine. But it's norms of international law. But in the international courts, we can do it.
All right. Look at this. Those are missile butts, kids' shoes or people's shoes. Oh, look at the plume here. This is the plume for us is a symbol of protection, but to you, it's something else, sir. Okay? Look at this. Great glory, great praises, man.
And when you see that pattern developing, then it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer that what we're talking about is war crimes and also crimes against humanity. I would say in Berkshire, they may even...
So this guy is supposed to be a lawyer? Is that what that is? This is Wayne Jordash. Wayne Jordash looked like a typical fellow you'll find in San Francisco in the street.
When you see that pattern developing, then it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer.
Wayne Jordash, lawyer to global rights compliance. This dude, I don't know what they have over there in Ukraine, but this is a typical fellow you'll find sitting on skid row. This is the typical guy you find lying down on the bus stop. But anyway, if they said this dude a lawyer, all right, well, that's what I guess, suit and tie don't do it anymore.
That what we're talking about is war crimes and also crimes against humanity. I would say in Berkshire, they may even go further. It's unclear at the moment, but there are indications there of genocide. That's what I would say.
Oh, Wayne is a lawyer. Anyway, those people talking about genocide. That's what you guys do the best, man. Remember 1492? Remember in the 1400 when you were taking our people down? Well, remember 1619? Remember slavery, chattel slavery? No one has been prosecuted for that, for what you guys did to our people. Now, looking about the whole genocide, there's some war crimes going on over there. You're supposed to do this. That's your expertise. That's what you guys do. That's what your ancestors taught you, and that's what they did. You guys are masters of doing this. And all of a sudden, you guys are crying foul. Get out of here, man. Look at this destruction, man. A little toy, the boy doll.
Okay, I think there's a pattern. I think, and the pattern seems to suggest that the Russian playbook, the way that they conduct war, is first and foremost to intimidate civilians to essentially acquiesce and agree with the Russian objectives. That's the case in Syria. It was the case in Chechnya.
That's how wars fought. You know, war is not really about the military. People don't go you don't go to fight the military. You don't go to rob the military. You go to fight the people and fight and rob their land. When you people came against us in our land, you need to come to fight our military men. You know, you came to fight us. You came to enslave us. We give the mighty one great praise, great glory. Let us keep on moving. Oops. And then we're going to close with this.
We have now entered the 6th week of Russia's war on Ukraine. The United Nations now making a powerful move in suspending Russia from the UN Human Rights Council. All of this as NATO leaders meet in Brussels to discuss more sanctions for Russia and help for Ukraine. ABC's Alex Perchet with the story.
This morning, after Russia was suspended from the United Nations Human Rights Council, new scenes like this explain why. This apartment block in Bucha took a direct hit. ABC's James Longman was with a man named Bowden, showing us what the attack did to his friend on the 8th floor.
And that is the remains of his friend, his child remains. I mean, I'm looking.
Okay, well then show it. What seems to be the issue? It's war. If it was the image of a black man or black folks, you guys, they would have been all over. You know, all over.
At his bones, at his body here.
Bowden saying he wants the whole world to know the truth about what's happening here. Russia has called scenes like these staged lies. But this morning, German intelligence has reportedly intercepted messages in which Russian troops discuss the indiscriminate killing of civilians. The Washington Post reports in 2 separate communications, Russian soldiers described questioning Ukrainian soldiers as well as civilians and then shooting them.
Okay, but it's war. You guys do the same thing. You so-called Americans do that all the time. You guys do that all the time. You just go somewhere, you take a bunch of civilians, you question them, and then they give you the answer, and then you silence them. I don't see the problem with this. Now it's happening to you and your bodies. Now you guys are calling foul play. When Germany intercept Russian talk, that means you interfere with the war. And old man Putin warned you, anybody that's trying to interfere, you will pay grave consequences. You know, hey, anyway, man, it's 83 and 83, we don't care.
With each day, more and more credible reports of rape, killings, torture are emerging.
Okay, how is that happening? You guys never... How am I supposed to believe this when every time you guys are bringing a news is about Ukraine winning? You guys always bring the news how they are destroying convoys and stuff. I never thought things like that was happening. All of a sudden now I'm supposed to believe things like that are happening. Every single time you turn on the news, if it's coming from over there, it's Ukraine winning, the people are fighting back. Look, we told you, the moment you put a bunch of civilians, you stroke their ego through the news and showing like people are going over there to fight. You got a bunch of guys, they never train, they never know anything. You give them a day or two training, and then they go fight a bunch of trained killers. Those Russian army, those are trained killers. You sent those guys, you sent those civilians to fight them, they will kill them. Anytime a country invade another country, any civilian that picked up arm and fight against them, you're no longer a civilian. And you guys been showing in the media how the so-called civilians are blocking the street, saying stuff and fight the Russian and all that, and then now they're all being ripped. This is war. That's what you guys do. It's amazing now. People are just like, oh, well, this is an injustice. But that's what you guys been doing. You did this to us. Remember all those lynching you did to our brethren? Remember the shadow slavery? Remember pre-1490s, the pre-1492, and the 1400? Remember those things?
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says the situation is much worse in the town of Boryanka, where investigators say they found 26 bodies buried in rubble Thursday. He's accused Russia of using hunger as a weapon by blocking food supplies.
This is war. This is war. That's what it is. And okay, so now you guys are bringing the bad news. You guys been acting out like for 6 weeks. Everything was doing swimmingly well. Everything was very well done. We're winning the war because the tanks are being exploded. It's Russia. They have the most tanks out of all military. If you take the tanks of Russia, if you take the tanks of America and China add together, Russia have more than them. They have more than 27,000 tanks. You think they really care about you destroying them? Tanks are obsolete right now. You don't need tanks to win any war, to make any war. It's all about drones right now.
Now, as this war shifts to the eastern part of the country, thousands of civilians are trying to flee. Speaking before NATO, Ukraine's foreign minister warning the battle for the region will be devastating.
The battle for Donbass will remind you of Second World War.
The U.S. Senate responding by voting to reinstall the Lend-Lease program, basically allowing...
get the black dude named Alex, of course, Alexander William. The Hammerhead shock. Okay.
President Biden to give Ukraine weapons for free, delaying the payments until later. But the House still has to approve the bill.
There you go. So it's a bill, provide those people things for free, pay me later and stuff. You've seen it, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. The mighty one is indeed in the midst. A lot of things going on, and hey, there's nothing we can do. It's just relax and just chill. Just chill. Okay, EU von der Leyen shown bodies of victims of Bucha massacre in Ukraine. Yeah, that's all of a sudden now we're supposed to believe people are dying over there. You guys never showed anything. And all you guys been showing is the Russian, the Ukrainian are fighting as super soldiers and stuff. And then all of a sudden now those people are dying. All of a sudden now we're supposed to believe that. This is what happened when you don't tell the truth. Tell the truth. Show the real burnt bread and sweet wines. Look at this. Look at those are the burnt bread. Okay, this is not Jacob's trouble, man. And this isn't Jacob's trouble. Okay, I don't want to play this thing. This isn't Jacob's trouble. Okay, this is Esau's trouble. Psalm 83. Punishment. Well, I haven't seen any 2/3 over there so far, but this thing eventually all the country will get involved and this thing going to escalate it, and they will lie about it like they are lying now. Oh, everything's doing what we are winning. Wait, Ukraine they are winning, yet they're asking for peace talk. If I'm beating my enemy, I don't want to have peace with you. I'll destroy you. I destroy you. Why America is arming Turkey. Doesn't kill and strike in Ukraine. Well, okay, yes, that's the one. Okay, this is this.
In Ukraine, dozens of people, including some children, were killed on Friday in what the authorities said was a missile strike on the railway station.
Nobody's leaving.
Among the 4,000.
Nobody's leaving, and they are breaking and crushing your railroad. No one is leaving. That's it for you.
Said to be waiting to be evacuated away from the fighting. Ukrainian President Zelensky was quick to condemn the attack. Ukraine says Russia is focusing its efforts and regrouping in the east after withdrawing from Kiev's outskirts. Moscow's sights are said to be set on gaining full control of Donetsk and Luhansk, the region's partly held by Russian-backed separatists since 2014. Ukraine said it was aiming to establish up to 10 evacuation corridors for civilians in the east, and for those in the south, like the tens of thousands in the battered port of Mariupol, who remain trapped without power and dwindling supplies. On the ground around Kiev and in Bucha on Friday was the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen,
look at the
offering
bodies,
reassurance
man.
of Ukraine's
Bread.
bid for EU membership, but also expressing shock and horror at the alleged war crimes committed against civilians by Russian forces in the town.
The whole world is mourning with the people of Bucha. And
Well, we're not.
The ones who are, as you said,
This is you people business, man.
defending the border
83
of
on
the world,
83.
defending humanity, defending democracy.
Ah.
Therefore, we stand with them. in
Oh
this,
boy, this is the same garbage
important
that they
fight.
used to talk. You know, the building split in
In
half.
Borodyanka, less than 40 miles northwest of Kiev, families have been waiting patiently as diggers search through the rubble of their half-destroyed apartment blocks. President Zelensky said the situation there eclipses the horrors even of Bucha, where the alleged killings of civilians by Russian forces have been widely condemned by the West as war crimes.
The work to clear the rubble in Borodyanka has begun. It's significantly more dreadful there. Even more victims from the Russian occupiers. And what will happen when the world learns the whole truth about what the Russian military did in Mariupol? There, on almost every street, is what the world saw in Bucha and other towns in the Kyiv region after the withdrawal of Russian troops. The same cruelty, the same terrible crimes.
That's what those guys do. They ask you to surrender. You don't. They destroy your place and then leave to the next one. All praises to the Most High. This thing, it's not going to get any better. And you people cannot hide this anymore. I give the Mighty One great praise, great glory. Fast, pray, repent, meditate, repeat. May the King reign forever. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. You saw it. This is Esau's trouble. The Gentiles' tribulation. The 2/3 punishment. Be at peace.